What's up, good people? We are live. We are live in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. We're about to have a good one today. This one has the makings to be definitely one of those barn burners, even though I ain't trying to be on here all day, but I already know I'm saying this. Somebody clicking on it after it's already uploaded, probably going to be clicking on a 5-hour stream. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. There's already people in the building. I see y'all already in here. Make sure you hit the like button. But without further ado, let's get ready to go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? I think I'm already live and in front of y'all. I just had two things going. Had to click on some stuff to make sure everything was solid. I was hearing double. And that wasn't good. But we in here. Shoot, hold on real quick. May have to mess with that. All right. Put that right there where I could reach it just in case. All right, let's go. Let's get ready to get this thing started. Let's get it going. Shout out to the early bird squads, those that make it in bright and early before the thing even jumps off and drops those first few early comments in the building. Y'all know I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out right out the gate. Stoic One came through with the first comment, said blessings BR and chat. Definitely shout out to you. Shout out to you. Edward Anderson in the building, making an observation here. He says, wait, that ain't the one I thought, but I'll read this one anyway. He said, thanks for that context because folks will use this and run with it. Kev and Fresh and Fit don't F with each other. So this isn't really at us if what you say is what happened. Well, that's one interpretation of it. One interpretation of this is that this is something more geared or centered, like it was just like a direct hit, direct shot at Fresh and Fit. But when you listen to what she said, it's at the whole it's at the whole space. There's no way you could listen to what I'm about to play and then have any doubt in your mind that she's done her research. She know all about this space. She knows all about the manosphere. It's no if, ands, or buts about that. It's no denying that. And so it was like Fresh and Fit is part of what spearheaded her going off. But I'm gonna break down what she said to where we can't do what I did. Okay, during that first interview she did the only interview she did with Kevin Samuels, I still kind of anticipate another one coming because she got a a thorn in her whatever the hell for for the manosphere or men in general who have critique of women online. She got a problem with it. There's no other way around that. So I do think that she's going to do her research. Well, I think she's already done her research. I think she's gonna have Kevin back on. But as far as everything going on with what happened in her interview, not the interview that you see playing back there, the one right there, that was a formal interview that was, kind of uneventful. The one that I'm going to play is the one where they actually, it was like impromptu on Instagram, and she kind of snapped and she went off and she said enough to make it clear that it ain't just about Fresh and Fit. It's about everybody. We can't no longer say when she made that statement that I gave a lot of grace on, when she was like, random dudes on TikTok or wherever, I was thinking like, I don't think she know too much about the manosphere. I think she just, was on TikTok and heard a few little 1 minute sound bites and just kind of snapped on that. I don't think she know. But right now, I think it's undeniable at this point. She knows. She knows, and she has a problem with it. Because the interview wasn't even about that, but Joe Budden said one little small thing that just made her say, oh yeah, let me get this shit off my chest that I've been wanting to get off for a while. That's what happened. And the stuff that she got off her chest, it was pretty direct. And it wasn't just direct at the manosphere. I probably should just play it before I explain it. But the whole thing that everybody tried to say that I was pumping the brakes on, that, that she's talking about Kevin Samuels, even though she said she ain't talking about Kevin Samuels, but she was talking about him. That whole little thing. It's harder to make an argument that that's not what's going on now. It's almost like she had a problem with him, but he didn't give her a problem, so she didn't snap on him. But she waiting. You could tell it's brewing up. She waiting to basically get involved with this stuff. She waiting to try to, say what she got to say in a big way against all of this. It's like she's chomping at the bit, it seems. She's chomping at the bit. That's my interpretation of what happened. I don't look at it as she's just talking about a little small, because if she was just talking about little random kids on TikTok, who knows what's going on? Who knows what they're saying? But when she described what she had a problem with, and I'm going to play the clip, when she described what she had a problem with, what she described is more or less what Kevin does, but I ain't talking about Kevin. So it's like, yeah. You can't take a shot at his fan base, but not be taking a shot at him. Or you're taking a shot at what he do, if you understand what I'm saying. It's like, so it's a weird thing that's going on here. I don't even know if weird is the right word, because it's hard to infer exactly where her head is at, because she's not going to just specifically reel off content creators that she listened to, but she's reeling off talking points that she heard and her problem with said talking points. But anyway, Edward Anderson in the building again with another one. He said non-ADOS on non-ADOS violence. Keep that in mind. The only person that doesn't have a problem is the ADOS dude. No, everybody got a problem. Obam in the building says the gynocracy shoots at the manosphere. Fresh and Fit is just the front line and the highlight. That's why they take the shots for everybody. I will give them credit for that. They leaning into the punch. They leaning into the punch. I will give them credit for that. And that's why, and listen, it's almost a an impossible task to do something that I said before, that I don't even want to be involved in talking about all the manosphere politics. I mean, man, when my reaction videos get to the point where they doing mediocre tutorials and reviews type level, then I could pull back and not talk about this. But stuff like this happen, I got to talk about it. But overall, yeah, fresh and fit, getting out in front, taking a lot of the slings and the arrows, because they're the ones that everybody is seeing. That matters. That's why, I don't like, again, I say that about the manosphere politics. I'm not trying to tell people to do on their channels. I don't like the idea that we be tearing each other down. Worse than the women. I don't like that. I'm not even aiming this comment directly at any said individuals, but all I know is that there's enough individuals outside of this space that want to see, that want to silence men from speaking their mind on these topics. I don't know if Nicki Minaj is in the silencing game, but she's going to definitely be the voice that inspires the silence, the person who does the silencing. So there's that. There's that. And that's the reason why we ought not be going to war with each other over, petty stuff. Even though we don't know who did it, but what happened to Angry Man Channel, that's not petty. So if you find out somebody in this space literally did that, then that ain't petty. That, that's something serious. But overall, the pettiness, an attack on one is an attack on all. That's what I said when MTR got canceled. We lost his sponsorship. That's what I said with Angry Man Channel. Got the little copyright thing or whatever that nonsense was going on. I barely even understand it. That's what I say to all of that. An attack on one is attack on all. Men coming online speaking their mind, even if it's raw, rough, uncut, and it's some stuff I hear some people say that I ain't even like good with. Like, damn, like you may have went a little too far on that one, But at the end of the day, he needs his freedom of speech to say what he got to do, say what he got to say, just like I got my freedom of speech. Can't be canceling one and thinking that canceling bus ain't going to make a stop at front of your house. Like, so that's where I'm at with that. But enough preaching. I'm about to go ahead and get into it. But let me shout out to you super chats bright and early. Let me shout out to you super chats. Deadly Raver in the building, dropping 5 on it, getting it started off right. Shout out to you. Says, what up, Bernard and chat? It's been a little while, so let me put 5 on it for the show today. Absolutely, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to here to support the Manosphere cause. Appreciate you coming through, dropping $2 on it. Let's go. Appreciate it. Flying Low says, Bernard, the voice of reason. Yeah, okay, cool. I don't even know. I hesitated right when you said Bernard, the voice of. I didn't know what you was going to say when you said reason. I was like, all right, I take it. I take that. Native Rain in the building says, big money Bernard. In my old man voice. Shout out to you. Appreciate you coming through. Let's go. Who else we got in here? Too Cool for School in the building says, get my boy GC on this one. Yeah, I might have to text him. Justin March in the building with the $2 super sticker. Shout out to you. So shout out to everybody in the building. All right, let's let me go ahead and pull up the not so beautiful bean footage. Go ahead and pull up the not so beautiful bean footage. We got 241 people in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Shout out to whoever's channel this is at I'm Defense. I don't know who, because this full clip ain't on Instagram no more. This full clip ain't on Instagram no more. So shout out to In My Defense. Whoever the hell you are, I appreciate you saving this clip, because I didn't have it saved and ready to go. I just thought it was going to be on the gram, but they took it off the gram. So thank you. And all the others who saved it and put it on YouTube. I do appreciate it. Houdini in the building, he says, is pointing out that someone is non-ADOS or FBA, just some copium. Like, let's single out immigrants since we can't address the women. Whoo, you might be on to something. We do need to get out of that in this space, because I'll say this, and this is where you're definitely on to something. If the person who made whatever attack that they made if the person who made whatever attack that they made didn't separate or make a distinction between this person being ADOS or non-ADOS, then our reply shouldn't be based off whether or not it was ADOS or non-ADOS. The ADOS, the American descendants of slaves, like, that's about reparations and trying to get a check. That ain't about who. that is not about who's who or who's considered authentically black in the in the discussion between black men and black women and the problems within. So no, I don't. I'm not going that far with it. If I'm talking about ADOS and FBA, I'm talking about something else other than, she whatever she said. It was a matter of Manosphere ideologies. That's what she took shots at. She didn't take shots at non-ADOS people with a Manosphere ideology. Like, she didn't do that. She didn't do that. So I'm not even going to play that game. Now, it was fun to play that game. It was fun to play that game when Abbott and Preach and Fresh and Fit was going at it, and they was all calling each other out, catch a flight. They was ready to meet up and box and all of that. And I just it was fun to point out that, hey that's that's them niggas, that's them new niggas over there. that's doing all this nonsense. We chilling. That was fun. That was fun. But all intents and purposes, what Nicki Minaj was on in this video, they ain't have nothing to do with no ADOS. We can't try to smuggle ADOS into every conversation. So I'm definitely with you, Deanie or Houdini. I'm definitely with you on that one. But let's get ready to go. Let me grab my headset. Let's get this thing started. Let's get this bad boy on the way. Get this show on the road.
It's self-care. It's needed for you. You understand? Do I just fuck you, nigga? Fuck that nigga. No. Fucking bunch. I'm not gonna categorize all black men and constant, adoration I show to my son. Are the only thing, like, women, we don't dress or do our hair or do our makeup.
I had to back up today further. It wasn't exactly where I wanted to be, but it's pretty much there right now. So we rolling into it.
I'm looking for peace. Like, peace is my love language. Right. Why women don't never ask about what the nigga's love language is?
What is your love language?
Peace.
Oh my God. Thank you for saying that. I want to say something, Joe. Thank you for.
See, only thing that happened right there is he mentioned, that peace was his love language. Well, first of all, I never hear dudes talking about what their love language is. That's so when you say why women don't ask that, dudes don't talk about that. I don't know. In my mind, that's something that's kind of made up to sell books. Love language. I don't know. But anyway, going forward, all that happened is, keep this in mind, he said something impromptu about his love language and how peace is his love language. Peace is a language, okay. But he said something about peace being his love language, and that just prompted her to say, oh yeah. And now she's about to go into a long soliloquy that's going to end with her basically saying what she said about men online talking about women in a way that she don't like, in a way that she disagrees with. But that's all that happened. So that means that it's something that was brewing. It wasn't in any show notes or nothing that they came planned to talk about. It's almost like, hey, I got Joe Budden here. I got an audience here. The camera on. Oh shoot. Let me get on these fuck niggas real quick. And all it took is him to just say that to just prompt her. Oh yeah, I got to get on her. But she about to do a long soliloquy leading into it. It's about to be a lift you up just to let you down type of thing going on right there. But I'm never into all that whole, uplifting, somebody by a group. Y'all see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna just roll it.
For saying that, and they don't never. Thank you for saying that. I want to say this because I had said something. I tweeted something the other day, and I saw people like it took on a life of its own, and I thought it wasn't that serious. But I was saying like, women, we don't dress or do our hair or do our makeup for men, right? And I saw even afterwards, people were saying, oh, we're the only people, Black people were the only ones that do this. Men against women shit, and yes, you do want to look good for your man, and da, da, da. So can I just clarify that what you want to line? Because I think, first of all, I want to say this, dear Black men, I fucking love you.
Fine.
I love you. I love you. Dear Black men.
You could hear somebody in the background cheering when she said that. Like, to me, that's weird. I'm trying not to be too like critical or cold-hearted when it comes to stuff like that, but it reeks of the guy who the most untrustworthy, well, not the most untrustworthy, but up there pretty high on the list when it comes to the Black man who calls every Black woman a queen indiscriminately is pretty damn untrustworthy in how he deals with women. Like, no, you very rarely will find one. You very rarely will find one who's on that calling all of them queens indiscriminately, regardless of their actions and behaviors. Just lead with that, hey, queen. You very rarely find one of those guys that don't end up having a sketchy past or a sketchy future on the way when it comes to women. So whenever somebody does that that group elevation, that dear Black men, like the guy that was on my show, I forgot his name, Latarius Whitfield. He came on my show, has a channel called Dear Future Wifey. That whole dear future wife, dear Black man, dear Black woman, dear this, dear that. It's like, look, love is an individual proposition in an interpersonal relationship. All of that stuff is just pander. It's pandering. Is pandering. So right out the gate, I already can see the pander and don't need the pander. But what's coming after the pander, like she's doing this whole pander fest just so she could get to the negative shit she want to say. That's essentially what's happening.
Men, I appreciate you. Dear Black men, you are needed and wanted.
Can y'all see that?
And
he got his hands up in the air like, yes. And it was somebody else in the background pumping their fist.
Black men, you are needed
Look at
and
that.
wanted.
It's a Nicki Minaj is saying like she reading the script, dear Black men, you are needed and wanted. And it's like it's a room full of dudes over there like, yes, we're needed and wanted. Yes. Oh man. Our Jizzle in the building says, was she speaking for Black women according to Mike? Was she speaking for Black women according to Michael B. Jordan Tequila? I don't even know what you're talking about right there, but thank you for the super chat. Our Jizzle, appreciate you. Shout out to E. Capone. He says, we got to shut down the division. ADOS, non-ADOS is nonsense. Well, I mean, there's legitimate division if one group is going for a reparations check that another group is not entitled to. That is a divide, but it don't need to be a major divide anywhere else, in my opinion. Anywhere else, in my opinion, I don't think it needs to be a major divide. And me and Hood Conservative did a real good stream on that where we broke a lot of it down. And we picked apart areas where the divide is, becoming legitimate, because a lot of them, they view things a lot different than us, or a lot different than a lot of us. I mean, I think I tend to view things very similar to how a lot of them do it. And they're like gaining, they're getting into politics, and they're being the face and the voice of Black people. And they're saying things that's going against what a lot of the FBA would want. They're saying we don't need reparations and all of that, so yeah, it's a divide in that sense that one group, African descendants of slaves, they came up with that title to go try to get it back, and the other group is like, you don't need that back. So that is a divide. That's a divide that's going to be there. You ain't getting rid of that divide, but all the other stuff is nonsense. OG Wiz in the building with the $20 super chat. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right, let's get back in the building. Let's get back in this. Let's get back into it. But here go these dudes. They look like they at church praising Jesus.
And dear black men, you are the only men on this planet that, as little boys, you don't get to be nurtured and treated like a child, like a baby, like someone's thing that needs to.
Wait a minute. Who is it that's not? Oh damn, y'all can see the screen. But who was it that's not treating that's not nurturing and being caring and loving to black boys when they're children and babies? Don't skate past it. Don't skate past it. You know. Don't skate past that one, Nicki. If you make that statement, you got to acknowledge who's dropping the ball on that nurture and care. I mean, you know, my mother was actually wonderful. You know, she was in that regard. But I've talked to some guys in this space, and I know some people in real life who got them mamas that cuss them out. You're talking to them like they're a grown man, like, nigga, come on. Like, maybe they was cussed out by that mama. And maybe they was maybe when they got in relationships, they dealt with black women who talked and act just like their mama. This nurture that they missing out on, who was not on the job. And then if that person, you know, happens to go online and enter a conversation about the interactions between black men and black women, in the previous conversations used to always go like, women are made of sugar and spice and everything nice, and men are the villains, men are the Joker, women are Batman, and we're horrible and we're awful. And some of those men say, nah, some of these bitches ain't shit either. And then she wants to come and try to tell these dudes, oh, they wrong. They're wrong for saying what they're saying. They're wrong for saying what they're saying. But you're tracing it back to, for some of them, not all of them, but for some of them, you're tracing it back to the root. You're tracing it back to the root. But they're wrong for having an opinion. That's kind of what happened right there. Kind of what happened right there. All right. Kenneth Williams, man, y'all coming through hard, fast, and heavy with the super chats, man. I do appreciate that. You're sending so many super chats. You're interrupting the show, but these are great interruptions. This is how I'd rather be interrupted like this than interrupted with some trolls. Shout out to everybody supporting the stream. Deacon Dave in the building says, Joe celebrating the banana in the tailpipe. Rock 72 Detroit. Mike Tyson has said the death of his mother was, whoa, I didn't know about that. The death of his mother was one of the best things that ever happened to him. I did not know about that. That's horrible. That's horrible. That damn. I'd have a moment of silence for that one. That's a whole nother level of messed up. Like, even people who had an abusive mother or father or whatever, when that person died, they still, you know, they still feel something. But damn. Damn. All right. Yeah, I'd have a moment of silence for that one. That's bad. But all right. Let me get back in here. Let me get back in here.
To be loved and hugged and kissed and told that we love you.
It's true.
So I will never be on that side of the room about bashing Black men. I'm never going to be on that side of the room. Because, and even in relationships.
Well, she said she'd never be on that side of the room of bashing Black men. And to that I say, okay, cool. Oh, shoot, my bad, David Johnson. I got you. There was a lot of them coming in and I missed it. There you go. My bad, man. I see it. Here we go. He says, liars always give the infamous disclaimer right before they do the exact opposite. Third grade Jedi mind tricks. Right on. Absolutely. I already know the deal. Let's dig back into it. I forgot where I was at though.
Of the room. Because
oh yeah, she had said that she would never be a part of that, the bashing Black men. And so
Black men, I'm never going to be on that side of the room about bashing Black men. I'm never going to be on that side of the room.
Now, I'm not the best when it comes to Nicki Minaj lyrics, but I tend to believe there are some of those lyrics that fall in line with that. Now, I do give a lot of grace when it comes to art. I do. I do give a lot of I give a lot of room when it comes to somebody creating art. And your music is your art. So I give a lot of room when it comes to that, but I tend to believe if we pulled up some Nicki Minaj songs and read through the lyrics, which I did do a couple of them, and it was a lot of stuff in there where some of it she can't exactly firmly make that statement, if everybody agreed that the No Scrubs song was kind of putting men down. If we can agree on that, then Nicki Minaj is sort of like a, R-rated and X-rated version of the No Scrubs song. So I mean, yeah. So she can't say she'll never be in that room when she's like the music in the background of that room.
Because, and even in relationships, sometimes I think women forget that the man just wants to be like, and if, you know what, Joe, it made me realize when I had my son, sometimes the way I treat my son, right?
Well, Indigenous TV says she objectifies Black men, Bernard, but we can't talk about that. When I was doing some a little bit of research when I was getting ready for this, I found out that it's a lot of women who thinks that she objectifies and puts down women too much. Like she's not she's not body positive enough or something like that. So I'll get into that a little bit later. So we'll get into that. But let's go.
It's like I realize how much love and affection and constant, adoration I show to my son, and sometimes that's what the man wants. And because a lot of times, especially Black men, they're not allowed to even show their emotions even when they're young and get told like, oh, you gotta man up and you gotta this, you gotta that, and you gotta be the man of the house before you even, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times the man needs to be treated like that, ladies. You know how we nurture our sons and our children, and we just adore them and kiss.
Hey, I gotta chill in the comment section. Hold on. Well, yeah, I ain't gotta chill. It's all good. But damn, who said something like her husband was accused of sexual assault? I mean, she got a problem with talking points online, but she don't got a problem in reality with getting with somebody who actually did some things, assuming that the man did everything and was guilty and blah 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 and all of that. Yeah, want to throw out that caveat that maybe he didn't do nothing, but in the event that he did everything he was charged with doing, it's like a weird thing. Like they don't they don't have a problem with what you do, long as you speak or mouth to their platitudes. Long as you're in the game of protecting them from criticism. Yeah, Pablo says not convicted. Okay, fair enough. I don't know the exact story on that. That's the Judge Dre in the building said, "Yep, he's a felon all day. He went back to jail recently." Okay, I mean, yeah. All right, all right.
Piss on them, and they want that. They
Yeah.
need that too. So I want to just make sure I let Black men know for the rest of their lives. I'm not one of those. I love you, and we need you. And
now that I done said that,
and a couple Black idiots don't spoil the motherfucking bunch. I'm not gonna categorize all Black men based on the couple dumb ones who every time they get, when they get on, they never, they don't never fuck with their race, or they on TikTok dissing Black women. I'm not categorizing y'all based on a couple dumb people. No.
Well,
because so many of you guys didn't fucking feel loved and nurtured when at the most important time in your life.
Didn't feel loved and nurtured by who at the most important times in our life? I always go back to that. Well, when it comes to your kids and getting getting custody to your kids, you need to fight. Who do we need to fight? Who are we fighting? I always ask them that. Well, a lot of y'all didn't feel loved and nurtured when you were young children. Who aren't we loved and nurtured by? I'm just asking. Just asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend. It's like it's like it's a deliberate gloss over it. If you talk about somebody having daddy issues or whatever, if a girl got daddy issues, it's made, the daddy wasn't there. If there's a problem that's coming with the dad is firmly mentioned. He's not talked about in a very obtuse way. It's like the dad dropped the ball on this, the stepdad did this, the uncle did this. It's describing in great details what was done and the man who did it. If you're saying that Black boys were not loved or nurtured properly as children, who was it that dropped the ball on that love and nurture? That question, like that's all right. Y'all got it. Y'all got my point.
Mm-hmm. And then you get to this place where it's like, and then you get to a place, and on social media now, where it seems like all women are saying, "I want money. I want to fuck you, nigga. Fuck that nigga." No.
Whoa.
No. Social media, you get at the most important time in your lives. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then you get to this place where it's like, and then you get to a place, and on social media now, where it seems like all women are saying, "I want money. I want to fuck you, nigga. Fuck that nigga." No.
I don't know. Maybe they got some lyrics bouncing around in their head. Like, I let him hit it because he sold cocaine. I'm on some dumb shit. Like, you can't then turn around and say, and now it seem like, all these women, they just like, "Oh, I want some money. I want this. Fuck this nigga. Fuck that nigga." When your lyrics is, "Fuck that nigga. Fuck this nigga. I need that money." You can't be the track, the baseline of that aspect of the culture, and then complain to the men if the men are highlighting what's going on culturally. You can't be the track playing in the background of it all. Yeah. It's like, come on. Come on. Come on. The thing that you say, and you go on social media, and it seems like all the chicks are acting this way, doing this, doing that, doing that. Yeah, they trying to live out your lyrics. Come on.
No.
Yo, I
I
love
don't feel it. No, it's I love you. I love you. I love you. That's where we should be at.
I love this. I love that you're spewing this. I love that this is the message.
But they won't put this on the blogs, Joe. They will only put drama and hate.
Because you about to bring the drama. She about to bring all the drama. We're gonna say they won't put this on the blogs though. But she about to bring all the drama.
You understand? So one more thing. Let me just say this regarding what I said is, and I touched on this on an interview with Joe. How when women when we're very insecure, we do things, whether it was altering my body or whatever it was, because of what a man said. And so when you get a little bit more, older and you're secure, you do these things for you.
Mm-hmm.
You get your eyebrows done, or you do your hair and you do your makeup and you put your nice clothes on and you go to the gym because it's self-care. It's needed for you. You understand? Do I wear certain things and do my hair certain ways for my husband? Of course. This is not about, I wasn't talking about people's fucking husband and their significant other. Who the fuck?
She's responding to a tweet that she made that got a little traction, where she was just basically saying women do all that stuff and, put all the weave in the hair and blah, 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 blah. They do all that for themselves. That she's just trying to clear up a tweet that got a lot of pushback. I think even the Barbs probably pushed back and was like, no, we're doing all of this so we can do a better job of attracting a man that we can get the bag off of. Remember, like you said, huh? This ain't about self-love and self-care. We trying to look good so we can get us a man with some money so we can get the bag, get the head, the bread, and leave, or whatever the quotes are nowadays. I think they was pushing back on her on that. Like, hold on, don't try to make like this some self-love movement. No, that ain't why we killing ourselves, at the airport and getting rolled through the airport in Atlanta in a wheelchair with our ass leaking. I actually saw that when I was in Atlanta, by the way. I saw that at the airport in Atlanta. I saw some women who seemed to otherwise be in good health getting rolled around in wheelchairs through the airport. Yeah, I saw that in Atlanta. 2 of them, actually. 2 of them.
Fuck ain't gonna do certain things for their significant other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about you motherfuckers that get on Instagram and start talking about bitches lace fronts. Shut the fuck up.
Here we go.
When y'all do that, y'all talking about other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about you motherfuckers that get on Instagram and start talking about bitches lace fronts. Shut the fuck up. When y'all do that, y'all niggas want to put on a fucking lace front. You ain't got.
Here it go. Remember all the love was in the air just a second ago, and she had Joe Button in the Simp Brigade behind him, like, yes, Nicki Minaj said she loves us. Like it was literally dudes pumping their fist in the air doing this when she was like, I love y'all, black men. Y'all are amazing. We need you. And they was like, yeah, that was, yeah. It's funny how, things change in a matter of like 45 seconds. Funny a difference 45 seconds makes. But this is coming into a situation where we somebody says it's called tough love. All right. Coming into a situation where we're more or less, and this is what a lot of them do. The things that she's about to describe, the things that, Kevin Samuels has talked about. She's gonna put out the she's gonna give Kevin Samuels a pass and say, well, I'm not talking about Kevin. But again, listen, she's going to describe exactly what it is that Kevin Samuels do. But I'm not talking about Kevin. Then she's going to get more into speaking. She's not going to say the name Fresh and Fit, but they're going to be talking about Fresh and Fit.
Don't ever talk about no motherfucking body lace front. Who the fuck are you talking to? Who the fuck? Who like? Sit your dumb ass the fuck down.
Yo, Nick be going off, yo.
Now this is another part of that contradiction and hypocrisy. If she pointed out, well, one, she tried to say they do all that stuff that they do that for the man. a lot of people gave her push. I mean, she tried to say that they don't do it for a man, they do it for himself. She got pushback from men and women on that one, basically saying that women, a lot of women were saying that was cap, you know, who we do it for. So apparently even her audience was pushing back, saying that no, we do it for men. Well, if they do it for men, then men opinions matter. So it makes no sense to try to silence those opinions. And most of the opinions when it comes to lace fronts is to stop fucking wearing them all the damn time. You know, that's normal. That's normally what the opinion is of men when it comes to that.
You could do this Kanye thing, I'm telling you. You could do it.
You understand? I'm talking about men that feel the need that they can comment on women's bodies and keep saying what we like and what they don't like. Who are you? It's ain't about you.
Yeah.
She knew that didn't make sense when she said it because she looked away. When somebody say something, I'm gonna make it big, but when somebody say something and then they look away like that, it's like they're trying to think about what it was that they said. It's like it's a sign of not exactly confident in what you said, because she know that don't make sense. She know that doesn't make sense. She know that I could reel off lyrics of her clearly talking about what she like in a man. In a man, she know that I could easily reel off those lyrics. I said before, she let him hit it because he sold cocaine. She on some dumb shit, you know. You know, I'm on some dumb shit, you know, like so it's like you can't be in the business that she's in, right? You can't be in the business that she's in and then you're criticizing men for having something to say about how women in general look, but you did what you did, got all the surgeries and everything. And I think if I had to guess, that's what I think she was thinking about when she looked away like that. I don't know for sure. When she looked away like that, hold on.
It's ain't about you.
Hold
like
on.
Who are you on women's bodies and keep saying men that feel the need that they can comment on women's bodies and keep saying what we like and what they don't like. Who are you? It's ain't about you.
Yeah.
She knew, look, she knew that didn't make sense. Because here she is, did everything cosmetically and surgically to try to appear like what she believes that men like to see. Because she knows that men liking her, even if men aren't the ones buying her albums, men liking her is going to make more women want to buy her shit and be like her. So she's put thousands upon thousands of dollars to shape her body into being what she thinks men like. And then men come on the internet and they say what they like. Who are you to say? Who are you to say what it is that you like or what it is that you prefer? How dare you say it out loud? Never mind, I paid thousands of dollars to try to scope myself into the figurine that you ideally want and prefer to make my body be exactly what I think you ideally prefer. That's why they came back at her when she tried to say, no, you do all that for you for self-care reasons. And that's why she wasn't confident in that statement. She normally says everything with confidence, but she looked away. It's like she knew that was bullshit. She knew that was bullshit. And what she's ultimately trying to do, because she's saying, you know, whatever critique you got or whatever you like, you were supposed to say that in private to your girlfriend. But you clearly have public knowledge. You want men to speak privately, but you have public knowledge of what you think men want, and you went out and became that exact Barbie doll that you think that they want. It's like that's hypocrisy at its best to even try to mount that argument.
Yeah, fuck them niggas.
And as a matter, and look, one more thing, I supposed to.
Yeah, fuck them niggas.
And Joe Budden like, yeah, fuck them niggas. Okay, yeah. All right, Mr. Successful Man. Show us the average at best overweight, lumpy, roly-poly woman that you're with. Nah, I guarantee your button. I mean, I guarantee your woman is built similar to Nicki. I guarantee. Like, cut it out. Cut it out. Who was that said men shouldn't be. I forgot who it was that criticized Kevin Samuels and said men shouldn't be doing this or shouldn't be doing that or shouldn't be looking at this or looking at that or blah blah blah. And we went and looked at his woman was an exact example. No, I forgot what it was. Damn it! I wish I could remember who it was. He was trying to criticize Kevin Samuels' talking points, but he had an affair, cheated on his wife with a woman that was exactly what Kevin Samuels was talking about. It was funny. I can't remember who it was, so I'm gonna move on.
And as a matter, and one more thing, I saw somebody put on their blog that what is the man Kevin Samuels says Kevin Samuels rates Nicki Minaj. First of all, Kevin Samuels rated me Joe a 9, right? And they put on the blog that they tried to put the little part where me and Kevin was talking about the 7.5 and tried to say Kevin rated me a 7.5. Kevin rated me a 9. But guess what? That 7.5 or that 9. And this is not about Kevin because he actually was very respectful on the show when I spoke to him.
She's talking about men ratings and men who rate women. That is Kevin Samuels' stock and trade. That ain't the only thing he do, but he got popular for that. So popular for that the first question that she had to ask Kevin is, what do you rate me? So you're going to criticize the industry of rating women as if you didn't understand that industry. Like I said before, you sculpted yourself into what you thought was an ideal rating. Like, but anyway, she's about to criticize that. She's about to criticize that industry of rating women. She's going to take Kevin Samuels off the table, though. But when you criticize that industry, you're criticizing the you're criticizing the man who popularized that industry.
Or you, but guess what? That 7.5 or that 9, and this is not about Kevin because he actually was very respectful on the show when I spoke to him.
Meaning you can say whatever you say overall, as long as you respectful to me. I don't really care what you say, but let me let her get it out. Let me let her get it out.
All you niggas that do that, y'all can take those ratings and shove it up your fucking assholes. Shove it good and hard and deep in your assholes.
Now that speaks to the point, and I do got to shout out Angry Man for this one because I think he was the first one who pointed out that all the stuff that she said, all that eat a dick, everything, she came ready to say that to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels chose not to run a play. And so she came with the gun loaded, ready to shoot it at him. He didn't give her a reason to shoot it at him. So she decided to just shoot it at somebody else. She's still on that. She's still trying to find her target. She's still looking for her target, but what she described, all of you guys who are doing that, and there's only one man who's popular and famous for doing that. So it's like she's saying what she really thinks about Kevin Samuels. So in a serious way, they both were on some, let's play it cool. Let's not disrespect each other directly, at least, because let me know in the chat if I'm tripping. Let me know in the chat if I'm tripping. Like, thank you, whoever said DJ Envy. That's what I was trying to think of. Oh, Derek Jackson too fits the description of what I was talking about, but DJ Envy was actually the one I was trying to think of. Shout out to everybody super chatting. I know I missed one because I had the YouTube screen up. Let me know in the chat if I'm tripping on that one. See, it was a time when we could legitimately say that, okay, when she made that first initial comment, when she went off and everybody was like, oh, excuse me. Everybody was like, oh, she told Kevin Samuels to eat a dick. I was willing to say, nah. She told random dudes on TikTok to eat a dick. That was my interpretation of that. I didn't know how much she knew about this space. I didn't know how much she knew about Kevin Samuels. I knew she knew some surface level stuff. She saw some clips. but she clearly saw some stuff on TikTok. We don't know what's being said on TikTok. We don't know. It could be some kids, some 19, 18, early 20s dudes just talking junk that they heard somebody else say that she was snapping on. You didn't know, but now it's to the point, okay, she's clearly done some research. And she has a serious problem with men rating women. Even though all her lyrics, she talk about how she, stunting on all them other bitches and and the baddest bitch, and they can't fuck with her. But so you rating women too. Just want to make that very clear. That's why actually there's some feminists that came at her. That said that she's putting down other women or objectifying, objectifying women, objectifying herself, and putting down other women who don't meet her mark and her standard. There's actually some articles written on that. Thus making other women not be as, body positive and think that they have to aspire to be her. So in her own way, that she's in the rating business. Let's just make that very clear. She's in that rating business, but she's putting down the rating business from the end of from the side of men. But who is the chief progenitor of the whole rating business? I have no choice but to say, yeah, she's talking about Kevin Samuels. Even though she said, I'm not talking about Kevin, he was cool with me. She described exactly what Kevin do. So if it's not okay for him to do, if it's okay, it can't be okay for him to do it, but then not okay for somebody else to do it. Like that can't be the case. That can't be the case. So it's almost like everything is lumped in. Shout out to Sir Tice in the building real quick. He says, when you can't defeat the logic, revert to ad hominem. You ain't nobody. Who are you? Your mama black too. Rules of the sisterhood. Number 2342 section. I don't know my section 4 subsection B. I don't know my Roman numerals. I had chicken pox that week when they taught us Roman numerals. That's an inside joke for people on my channel. Whenever somebody posts a Roman numeral, I flatline. I don't know my Roman numerals. But David Johnson back in the building. He says this is really just another form of more cancel culture to silence black men from saying truths they don't want to hear. Nice try though. Not. They own it. They coming for fresh and fit. They coming. Sorry if I missed anybody's super chats. The Clue channel in the building. Again, Angry Man was right and the Defense Force was wrong. He was definitely right about that part that I said. That the smoke that she had when she was spewing it off, she was ready to fire that smoke at Kevin Samuels. But he opted not to make a play. He opted not to, he played it very, very safe. He played it very, very extremely safe, to the point to where I said he took a knee, not bent the knee. I didn't go as far as say bent the knee. I said he took a knee. That's what you do in football. You could throw you could try to attempt to play at the end of the half. It's a risky play. Let's just say you 60 yards away from the touchdown. That's a risky play. You 70 yards away from the touchdown, and there's only 15 seconds on the clock. Why even bother? The percentage you throwing that ball into risky territory, the odds of somebody getting an interception and running back the other way are more probable than you actually scoring a touchdown when the other team is in a prevent defense. So that's why you take a knee and just head into halftime. You just don't run a play. That was all I was saying. He opted not to run a play. And because of that, she figured she found somebody else to fire that shot at, and she's still walking around fully strapped, ready to shoot at somebody. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. That's why I said, that's why the title is She Got Smoked for the Manosphere. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. She's had her ear to the streets. She's been looking. She's been watching. She's had her head in this. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. She got her head in the game. Her ear is to the streets. And she want to use her platform. This is my presumption that she wants to use her platform to try to counter what's going on in the manosphere. Whether it's, Kevin Samuels, even though she cool with Kevin, yeah, we'll see how that plays out. She cool with Kevin. We'll see how that plays out. She definitely don't like Fresh and Fit, and she definitely don't like everybody else who got smaller channels. You know, she don't like everybody else connected as well. So there's that. She's not saying she don't like Kevin, but she definitely don't like his talking points, and she outright aggressively don't like Fresh and Fit. All right, Free J Freeman Blackman says Kevin Sam called Obama. I think Obama called, what is that? Omaha. I'm sorry. God damn. I thought I saw Obama. That's what I'm gonna quit playing and get glasses. I thought that said Obama, but he got at the line and he said Omaha at the line of scrimmage 6 because he saw the blitz. You don't know what Omaha means. Shout out to Peyton Manning. I used to say Peyton Manning was the greatest, and then Brady just ran up the score on him. Brady ran up that score on Peyton Manning. He ended that. I used to go hold my own in the debate in the barbershop over who was better, Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. I was rocking with Peyton Manning, but goddamn, Brady just ran that score up. I can't even make an argument. I had to yield. I had to bend the knee to Brady. He the GOAT. But anyway. Shout out to, oh no, we in here. Ryder God said Kevin Samuels defense force down bad. I don't know what's defined as Kevin Samuels. This is how I define Kevin Samuels defense force. Let me just say this. I define Kevin Samuels defense force as if you just attack everybody who criticizes him. I don't attack everybody who criticizes him. That's why I never thought I was in line with that. I'll defend Kevin Samuels to the extent that I agree with what he's saying, to the extent that I agree with the words coming out of his mouth. But I don't got smoke for everybody who's a critic of him. You know, if you say something that I know you want to talk about me, Rob, but I just want to deal with that the elephant in the room that, you know, it is going to be some Shan, Tank Johnson, don't get blocked. He said, BR. Says Bernard Riley, are you a lieutenant in the Kevin Samuels defense force? Man, don't get yourself blocked. Don't get yourself blocked. But no, that's how I define it. That's how I define it. If it's to the point to where anybody who comes at Kevin Samuels or criticizes Kevin Samuels for any reason, you got smoke for that person. You're not discussing the ideas, the topics, the merits of this point or that point. I will talk the merits of the points all day. And if somebody make a point and I like, hey, that's a good point. That's a good point. You got a good point right there. Then, you know, I'll easily concede a simple point if somebody makes a good point. The Kevin Samuels defense force, their whole modus operandus is to just go at whoever goes at or says anything about Kevin Samuels, whether the person is in the right or in the wrong, they got to go at it. That's what I define it as. I defend talking points I agree with. That's what I do. And I don't care who mouth those talking points come out of. If I agree with it, I can rock with it. If I don't agree with it, I can't rock with it. That's where I'm at. Because I've been accused of being a part of the defense force. But nah. But I do happen to agree with a lot of what Kevin Samuels says. Let me just make that very clear. I agree with a lot of what he says. You know, and it's my position that amongst all these men who put out this type of content, we all generally agree with each other on at least 80% of everything. You know, so truth be told, we all agree. Everybody agrees with each other. So it's like that's why I'm back preaching. That's why I say it's no reason for us to be fighting with each other, especially when Nicki Minaj looked like she's getting ready to I don't know, she's building her army of orcs to storm Hell's Deep to Helm's Deep They about to. she's getting them ready. She's prepping the barbs, because I remember I think I forgot the chick name, Yanni Red. I think I don't really listen to her content. I just know she did a damn good flagging campaign where she linked her audience in her community tab with the video, an exact timestamp of Fresh and Fit, and you wouldn't know, and so everybody could see what they said. And she screenshot it. Click on the third option that says damaging, demeaning, or hateful commentary or whatever. Told them exactly what to click on. Like, basically, when you try to flag somebody, it's like a 3-step process. She screenshot all the steps, showing with highlighted marks of click right here, and pick this option, push send. Yanni Red did that. I think that's her name. Actually, I hope that's her name, because I'm not trying to promote, but you get my point. You get my point. Now, just imagine if somebody as big as Nicki Minaj start doing something like that. Think about that one. Okay, I don't know where I got the red from. See, I don't know these people. But just stop and think if somebody as big as Nicki Minaj start doing that. All right. That's why I'm like, all this fighting back and forth. No, not Sexy Red. Yeah, this stuff is crazy, and I can't control what other people do on their channel. I could just say I ain't with it. Hopefully, I understand where I'm at. But let's go.
Or you can stop.
Okay.
Like, you shouldn't tell women what you think their rating is.
Like, I don't ever want a man to come back on this fucking internet and talk about some fucking lace front. Who the fuck y'all think y'all talking to? That's a conversation you have for your fucking woman behind closed doors. Y'all feel like y'all can constantly disrespect black women? Get the fuck out of here.
She got all the smoke right now. She want all the smoke. She got an abundance of smoke for the Manosphere. But here she is telling men what she think they can and cannot do, what they should and should not be able to do. Don't make me read off your lyrics.
I love this.
And to the men that get on and laugh about black women because you mad because some black girl broke your fucking ugly ass heart, like the podcast clown. The podcast clown. I wish the fuck you would have tried that with me, bitch. Let me pull this back. Let me make this now, when she said like the podcast clown, I thought she was talking about Kevin Samuels, but if you look at the back, you look at what was said before that, she wasn't talking about Kevin Samuels on that part. That part they was talking about. You're gonna see later. It was clear that she was talking about Fresh and Fit right there. But shout out to the Cisco in the building, says good stream, Bernard. Keep it up. Absolutely. Thank you very much. But one thing we got to do before I even get into what she said right there, one thing we got to do, appreciate that heavy-handed super chat again. Once again, Cat the Cisco, appreciate you. Might have to wrench. See, I've been trying not to give everybody wrenches, but hey, sometimes some heavy hitters got to get wrenched up. But where we at? It was something I was trying to get to. Oh yeah. We gotta examine Joe Button and what Joe Button is doing while she's saying that. Before we even get into what she's saying, you gotta examine, because you mad because some black girl broke your fucking ugly ass heart, like the podcast clown. The podcast clown. I wish the fuck you would have tried that with me, bitch. Joe Button down there at the bottom. Joe Button down there while she going off. Joe Button, when he clapping his hands real. Anyway, he down there like, yes, hunty, yes. He like come on, Joe Button. Joe Button going down in flames, man. Yes. He like, come on, Joe. Say it ain't so, Joe.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. But again, some of the stuff that she's saying is stuff that you would say if you've been hanging around listening to this space, because she's dropping a lot of the same rebuttals that a lot of people in this space give. If somebody got any critique of women, it's because one girl broke their heart and they haven't got over it. But yet, if you go back to what she said earlier, she was talking about how black boys are not nurtured and not loved and this or that or blah, blah, blah. And I asked the question, well, who is not giving them that nurture and that love when they're young boys? Who was supposed to be on the job giving them the nurture and the love? Well, that would have been, as Brother Xavier says, they old black ass mama. And then so what happens when these boys grow up? They get in relationships, and some of those relationships may very well end up being, if they're until they get with a more red pilled and got a better selection criteria, they may end up in some relationships with some women who operated that same exact way. So here she is. She identified, if we accept her premise, she identified at the beginning of the stream the root of the problem, but that when she was trying to get her pander on, but now that she took off the pander mask, and now what she's doing is she's trying to criticize somebody who was on the receiving end of all the lack of love and affection, or the opposite of love and affection, that a lot of black women have given black men, including the damn mama. So you see how that works when somebody tries to pander, or when they try to ease into it or say something nice just before they say the mean shit that they wanted to say. Not that I got a problem with her saying something mean. She can say whatever the hell she wants. I ain't tripping on that. But when somebody tries to pander before they say the stuff that they really want to say, they end up refuting their original argument. You can just draw a straight line, or not a straight line, but actually a full circle to her original points, to the points that she's making right now. That's an easy 1 + 1 = 2 proposition. Shout out to Mr. McMillan in the building, became a new member. Appreciate all the channel members. Yeah, also consider becoming a Patreon as well. Shout out to all my Patreons. Shout out to all my channel members. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to Mr. McMillan, just became a member. Appreciate you. Men critiquing women mean one woman broke your heart. Never mind the accuracy of it. Never mind the fact that it's a great many channels of women saying all sorts of horrible things about men. Never mind that small fact right there. Never mind the fact that rhetoric is quite often 10 times worse. Bullet bags, abort black male babies, that kind of rhetoric that's out there. Men in this space get criticized because, despite of all of our critique of everything that's culturally, socially wrong with the interactions between black men and black women, especially on the long-term scale, long-term relationship scale, family building scale, everything that's wrong in terms of that, yeah, we get criticized because a lot of us still ideally believe in at least the concept of family. We get criticized within this space for that. But over there on that other side that she pretending like she don't know exist, that other side that's not the bullet bag, well, maybe that, but not to abort black male babies, but some of the actions and behaviors on the female side of this whole online social media gender war, black YouTube, whatever the hell you want to call it. A lot of people inspired by her lyrics. She's pretending like that doesn't exist, but she's calling on an all-out ceasefire from the other side. Meanwhile, she's a person who throws some fuel and gasoline on her side.
I wish the fuck you would.
They wouldn't have tried it with you, and you wouldn't have been there.
Never.
Yeah.
But we ain't been gonna get at no light. But my point is,
see, it was I heard somebody having a good debate whether or not she was talking about the situation when Tommy Sotomayor was on there, but I think it was I think he's talking about the Asian Doll situation when Asian Doll was on Fresh and Fit.
I wish the fuck you would.
They wouldn't have tried it with.
Like, I don't ever want a man to come back on this fucking internet and talk about some fucking lace front. Who the fuck y'all think y'all talking to? That's a conversation you have for your fucking woman behind closed doors. Y'all feel like y'all can constantly disrespect black women? Get the fuck out of here.
I love this.
And to the men that get on and laugh about black women because you mad because some black girl broke your fucking ugly ass heart, like the podcast clown, the podcast clown. I wish the fuck you would have tried that with me, bitch.
And she's referring to a specific event. It is a little vague.
I wish the fuck you would.
They wouldn't have tried it with you, and you wouldn't have been there.
Never.
Yeah.
But we ain't been gonna get that no light. But my point is, you speak about these things in the privacy of your home with your woman. This is not embarrassed black woman season. That's not what this is.
Men speak privately, but women speak publicly. Let's keep that in mind. If you follow what she's saying to its logical conclusion, that's what she's essentially saying. Men speak privately, women speak publicly.
Who the fuck y'all think y'all talking to or about? Eat a dick.
Uh-oh. there's that eat a dick statement again. There's that eat a dick statement again. Like I was saying, that's the gun she wanted to fire. This is my belief. And Angry Man said it, and I got to give him his credit for it. He basically said that, I'm paraphrasing the hell out of him, but I got to give him his credit on that. That was the gun she wanted to fire at Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels didn't give her a reason to fire it. She found somebody else to fire it at. She's done more research. She's clearly looked at more channels. She's clearly looked at more content. And then she precisely described exactly what it is that Kevin Samuels do. Said, I'm not talking about him, but criticized exactly what he do, and then rounded it out with eat a dick again. So it's hard for me to look at this as she don't got serious smoke for the Manosphere. She got her ear to the streets. She ear hustling and listening to what everybody's saying. And now she going off giving her take on it. She going off giving her take on it. That part can't be denied. Unless you take and this is a disingenuous approach that I can't take. She's not talking about KS, only everyone else in the Manosphere. Yeah, it's like I can't make that argument. So I just gotta say, she's talking about everybody. I gotta say, like Jay-Z said, let's end the speculation. I'm talking about all y'all. like yeah, it is what it is. Like, you can't exclude one person. You can't exclude one person. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Especially when that person is the most popular of the people that are saying it. Especially when that person is the reason that you probably ended up in an algorithm that's showing all of this content that you got a problem with. My thing is, I don't care if something is offensive. I don't care. I care, is it accurate? Is what being said accurate or not? There are some people who say, just get online and they say hard things with no rhyme or reason behind it. But if you're saying hard things, hard truths, but there's a rhyme and reason behind it. Shout out to Brother Xavier from the Prophet of Thought series, because he goes in very hard on how a lot of black mothers raise their children. There's a rhyme and reason behind it. I view Brother Xavier as a very pro-black man who wants to see things change in the black community. But he's highlighting a serious problem that's happening from within, that's happening on the inside. Charity starts at home. The problem starts at home. That's what some people like Brother Xavier is getting at when he's highlighting the problems that goes on with a lot of black mothers and how they treat their kids, how they talk to their sons, how they cuss them out, how they be cussing out 5-year-old boys like they're grown men. People highlighting that and talking about that. Now, there's a rhyme and reason behind it. The rhyme and reason is for it to stop happening. I remember a woman, she called into Tommy Sotomayor's show. Actually, remember this some years ago. She called into Tommy Sotomayor's show crying, talking about how, it was him and his harsh criticism that made her see that she need to quit talking to her son like that. And she said she stopped doing it, allegedly. I mean, I believe her. I mean, she called into a show crying, so I believe her. So my thing is, long as there's a reason, a rhyme and reason, long as it's making sense, long as it's accurate, I don't care who it offends.
Anyway, so Joe, I'm
Oh, that's it. We made it to the end of this. Yeah, I know what time it is. We got 550 people in the building. Hit the like button. I'm dropping this link in the chat room. The link is now dropped. Oh, one of the things I was mentioning. These are articles written about Nicki Minaj, I think written by women. They said empower versus objectify. That's what they're saying about Nicki Minaj. A lot of women have their criticisms of her on that feminist side, but it's a unique bunch. It's a unique batch. But I'm looking at some of the stuff right now. If I do something on this again, I'll have, direct quotes from these articles and more of her lyrics on deck ready to go. Have more of those lyrics on deck ready to go. But as you see what Stoic One is saying right there, join the panel. The panel is open. I'll preach a little bit. Hope y'all don't mind if I preach. I hate when preachers say that. I'll preach a little bit on just the simple fact that Nicki Minaj gets major smoke for the Manosphere, major smoke for men doing this type of content. This type of content with which there was no form of media for it. Things had to basically become what they are now. Where anybody can go online, anybody can, build a studio and speak their mind and get it in. Things had to get like that before, men could speak their mind. But before that, women, yeah, they had the movies, they had daytime talk shows, they had all kinds of stuff. They had all kinds of stuff, and everything catered and pandered to them, their thoughts, their views, their perspectives, their everything. Wasn't until recently that men weighed in, encountered the narrative. And a lot of them got a problem with that. And has made it all the way up to Nicki Minaj. Hell, it probably made it all the way up to Oprah. She bringing that color purple back. It's made it to every damn body. But anyway, we got my man Rod of God in the building.
Salute.
What's going on?
Bruh, I just wanted to come up and thank you, man, for just being who you are, man. We call you the watering hole. You the Switzerland of the manosphere. And I respect you standing your square, man. No matter how much pressure come your way, you have your MO, which is I'm not getting in that mess. This is about the mission. This is about men. Thank you for, laying out how, this attack from Nicki Minaj, it really will affect all of us. It's only like if she gets to a point where she was to weaponize her barbs the way that Real Yanni did, like you said, bruh.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's the point that people like me who were adamant supporters of Kevin Samuels have made a percentage of my content is in defense of Kevin Samuels. Never defense for us. But definitely like you, like, yo, what is up with these stupid ass criticism of him? That's stupid. Like the dude is, but when somebody like me who support him for a year is like, yo, this was not the best look. It's like, you're hating, you're emotional, y'all like fans. And it's like, bro, no, we're just trying to point out that the way that he took a knee, I'm on your channel, I'm gonna be respectful. The way that he took a knee, you know, that it could, you know, it could encourage bad behavior like this.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear what you're saying, and I appreciate the kind words you said about me. I do try to stand on it on the square. I do try to hold the line as much as possible. But nowadays, sometimes in this space, you don't know where the line is at.
Exactly.
But I do try to hold it. I'm gonna call it down the middle as much as gonna call it down the middle. And yeah, no, I did have to call this one the way that I called it. But no, definitely thank you for that. But we got Pablo in the building. What's going on, Pablo? Hold on, before I go to you, Gemini 605 says Reverend D. Riley. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you coming through on the super chat and also appreciate Rorschach in the building. He says married to grape. Oh wow, married to grapists, but calls us the women haters. Right. Yep. Go ahead, Pablo. You got it.
Yeah, man. So if Kevin Samuels took a knee, what did Joe Budden just do?
Oh shit.
Bars.
that was, oh my God. Joe Budden must have CTE.
He was like, damn.
I mean, he might as well have said, "Go on, girl," and 2 snaps and a swirl.
He literally did.
Yeah. All day. All damn day. Like that.
I mean, he left all of his balls and unit at home.
And bruh, in another part of the interview, after her saying "eat a D" again, connecting it to that first Kevin Samuels interaction, she then called out Joe Budden and said, "Yo, I heard you told another man to S your D." And he was like, "Oh, my bad. I'm mad you heard about that. I didn't mean it like that." Like, she charged up him about saying it, but she can say it in that same interaction, bro.
Oh wow!
So yeah, man.
Damn it! I missed. Hold on, wait. I do remember hearing that, but I glossed. I just kept going. But basically, because I was trying to get to the part where she was kind of talking about, the Manosphere. But to get a backstory on that. Basically, he was in an argument with a man, and he said, in that, I never do that. But I know some dudes do it. Like,
right.
Suck my dick. Like, that's some bull. I don't do that. But that was the context that he did it.
Yeah, I think he was reviewing another artist's album, and he said that this body of work can S my D, and I guess it caused some controversy. So then she charged him up in this same video you just reviewed. She was like, "Yo, what's this? I heard that you said somebody need to S your D," and it's like, but in the same conversation, you telling all these other men to eat a D. It's like, bro, you can't make it up.
That goes back to what I was saying. They want men quiet and neutered, and they want to be able to talk loud, tough, rough, and say whatever they want to say, how they want to say it, and suffer no criticism or critique for it. You're only supposed to offer any type of criticism and critique quietly, behind closed doors, in your house, with your woman who you're supposed to be listening, who you're supposed to listen to. if they follow their whole story all the way home. But shout out to hold your thought, Pablo. Shout out to Lionel Player 1 in the building. He says all this she talking about isn't in her wheelhouse. For her to come from her realm to a space she sees as below her is asking for trouble on her end. I don't know. I think she, in her mind, she could see how big Kevin Samuels has gotten, even though she said she ain't got no problem with Kevin Samuels. She's got a problem with all his talking points, which is weird. But she got no problem with Kevin Samuels. I mean, she got a problem with Kevin Samuels' talking points. She got a problem with Fresh and Fit. She got a problem with basically any man online saying all of this, and she could see how much is growing. She could see how big it's getting.
Yep.
If it's a Kevin Samuels and a Fresh and Fit today, How many of them is it going to be tomorrow? She could see that. So she's in her own way, to go back to that, hold the line statement. In her own way, she's trying to hold the line. She's trying to make sure that men don't get a foothold on this whole media thing, as when it comes to the whole conversation about the social dynamics and interactions between men and women. Like, the biggest evidence that women were winning that is when a razor company like Gillette could put out basically a man bashing commercial to their male customers. Like, they were able to put that out and didn't think it was a bad idea. That's how you know women were winning the whole media war, the propaganda war, the whole social war and everything. Now it's to the point to where something like that Gillette stuff, that'll never happen again. So it's like she could see women losing ground and men getting stronger, getting tougher, standing on their square more. It does put women. It can put women in a situation if enough men do it. Men do it, and then that.
Hey, Bernard.
And then she loses her control over the masses of the women. So she's holding that line. Oh damn, I forgot I brought David Johnson up. David Johnson,
salute David Johnson.
What's going on? Hey, real quick, David Johnson.
Yes, sir.
I've been telling you for the longest, man. Start a channel. I didn't even realize you did it.
I didn't tell nobody. My bad. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Shout out to everybody. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you, Bernard. Yes, I just started because, after a while, they say if there are things I want to hear, and it's what's that old school saying, when there's something you want to hear, you're not hearing it. Maybe it's because you need to do it. And which comes down to what you said always, which everybody's been telling me in the space to get a channel. And I purposely have been trying to give you guys different things. But now to the topic. Let me say this first and foremost.
Moderators, real quick. Moderators, make sure y'all drop David Johnson channel in the chat room, because I've been telling. I don't know. I'm low key mad. We see people who I've been telling for a while to start a channel. When they finally launch, they supposed to do their big announcement on my show. That's Little Big Nate, and a lot of people did that. I'm mad, man. You're supposed to announce it over here. So we gotta make up for that lost time. Get his link all throughout the chat room.
Dave has always had some good takes too. Dave, you've always had some really good takes. So yeah.
I tried.
You got it.
All right. So I say again, when I speak, man, I say it again, man, I'm very cautious. I've always been taught when you speak, think thoroughly. I work out all the kinks and the bugs. That's why I tell people one of the reasons I really don't lose arguments or discussions or whatever you want to call it, because I don't take fights I can't win. So I like to think things through. So know that when you're dealing with me, for most parts, I thought through what I'm about to say before I say it. Now, if I haven't, I'll tell you, I haven't actually thought that through. So don't quote me on that. But coming back to this, like, I knew this was going to be a problem. Remember, I've never spoke against Kevin Samuels, and I didn't speak against him in the end. It was just a critique. But what I noticed, what I'm looking at is strategically. I look at everything from a strategic point. I'm looking at strategically, we had to do something that everybody was watching, everybody was looking. So strategically, this has nothing to do with feelings. I don't deal with feelings. That is for people who don't understand how things work. I'm dealing with everything from tact and strategy. And we needed that win. We needed that. And unfortunately, call it business, call it what you want. We took a loss on that. And what you got to understand is this. What people don't understand, I tell people this, you can actually get the message and the bag. I know people like to think you can't get the bag. That's a goddamn lie. You can actually get the message and the bag. The problem is you never put the bag before the message. The moment you put the bag before the message, you've shown everybody it was all cap, you full of shit, you not to be taken seriously, and y'all a bunch of weak ass bitches, excuse my French. So that's why we can never compromise. We've seen in politics, I tell people this also in this space, for black folks to have never been in politics, if you're in the black manosphere, you see politics, you experience politics every day. You're learning, believe it or not, you're actually learning how real politics work. So in a nutshell, you see the type of things, and you got to be careful because you wonder how we get in the precarious positions we get in and how we don't have power. Because you see, like, if anybody knows anything about real politics, politics is a cutthroat business. A lot of favoritism going on in the background, a lot of business deals, a lot of money over the message deals going on. So you have to be careful of that if you are trying to stick close to the message. Now, again, I'm a person who believes in allowing people to do whatever they want to do. If you want to be a snake, if you're just about money, by all means, you have that option. And I totally respect that's your choice. Just say that, own that, and then deal with the consequences and the repercussions or the scrutiny or the reproach that comes with that.
So I'm saying coming back to Nicki. Now looking at Nicki.
Hold on, wait, before you go to Nicki, but wouldn't you agree with this? And this is where I defend Kevin Samuels. He got the bag from keeping it real.
That's what I said. That I said Kevin. We proved it, but Kevin took it mainstream. That you can tell the truth and be big. He didn't get big from pandering. He got big from talking the Black Manosphere talking points. So that's why I know we don't have to pander. We listen. We got enough panderers. We got your Derek Jacksons. Listen, there's more than let's balance it out. No shout out. Let the panderers do what they do. I'm just about balance. Okay, we don't have enough people giving pushback to the truth. This is why I've always loved this space. Say what you want about this space. We have a million fights. For those who don't know, yes, we go to war with each other every year. That's brothers working it out, and sometimes it gets a little outrageous. I wish dudes wouldn't do it because it looks weak. Remember, I'm about strategy, but I know sometimes men have to get their testosterone off. It's therapeutic, so I allow it. Go in the backyard, get your fight on, come back in here, and remember who the true enemy is. So, with that being said, coming back to Nicki Minaj also is another form. Believe it or not, all this is trying to stop us from speaking. Like you said earlier, Bernard, we see the power now. This is how you know we weren't speaking, because if we were speaking like this all these years, this would have been on the table. We noticed this came on the table since this era, since we've shown up. So we know this hasn't been common. And as much pushback as we get, like you said, this is the proof that, again, it's all hypocritical. It's like, here's a perfect example. They have a problem with, I use the word bitch. Women call men niggas, women call women bitches. But it's funny, men can call men niggas, but when a man calls a woman a bitch, he's wrong. Meanwhile, we know bitches exist because y'all call them out all the goddamn time yourself. Like, Nicki, all your songs, you talking shit about women. You had a whole goddamn fight with Cardi B. Come on, stop with the bullshit and the capping like you really about this. This is just another way to shut us up. Y'all are really trying to put this monkey back in the bag. They want us back quiet, so all their shortcomings and dysfunctions can go unnoticed and untalked about. They don't want to stop them. They just don't want us announcing them because they embarrass them. And this is why I tell people in a lot of cases, shame does work to an extent. Of course, there's certain people you got to do more than shame. But believe me, if shame didn't work, why is everybody trying to cancel us and stop us from speaking? Y'all got it.
Yeah, no, I agree that shame works. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It ain't, like you said, it ain't gonna work on everybody, but yeah, there's some things that people are doing that's just outright wrong, outright stupid, in a society that really barks at them about it. Like, I mean, I just gave an example of a chick who called in a Tommy Sotomayor show crying because she realized that she'd been talking to her 5-year-old son like he's a grown-ass man, calling him a motherfucker, you nigga, like, so, yeah, he shamed her out of being a bad mother. Like, so, yeah, and I listen, I don't buy that. No, shame. You could talk about somebody's fucked up actions, and eventually it'll hit them and they'll change. But depending on what it is. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm saying this is what the whole cancel culture is about. No, this isn't a physical attack. These are people saying things that they're trying to cancel. This is how we know it works.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, we got Edward Anderson in the building. Go ahead. You got the floor. You got the mic.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. No, because I got like Bluetooth. I'm on the cell phone. You already know how StreamYard tries to act with this stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, I see this as a win. Just the fact that she's got to talk about it means it's kind of gotten to a point of no return where a lot of it can't be stopped. Now, that doesn't mean we still don't need to be vigilant, but I would say you got to keep in mind we're doing a lot of infighting right now, and yet this stuff is still popping off. So imagine if a lot of people tabled a lot of that stuff. And as far as when people want to make the arguments with people taking other people's content, I consider that like a legitimate gripe. So I'm going to leave that out of it. But audience members are doing a lot of infighting, and that ain't got nothing to do with audience members. So if we actually, yeah. But so I'm not taking that away from the content creators. But as far as audiences gassing other people up, talking about what somebody said, trying to make something seem like it ain't, always, like, even in the chat right now, you got people talking about what Kevin took a knee, Kevin took this, because just like how they want to talk about the Kevin Samuels defense force, there's also the Kevin Samuels hater squad, where they're on the opposite And at the end of the day, the fact that this stuff has gotten to me, the fact that she's come back to it, the fact she's talking about it, the fact that Joe Budden got on there, that's saying that this is a growing entity, like what you said. But also with the Joe Budden angle, you got to realize Joe Budden sees that as a competitor too. So he's one of these dudes that is not above him as much problems he's had with women. It is not above him to pretty much team up with women to try to whack dudes like whack-a-mole, because he sees Fresh and Fit as a rival podcast. You see how what he did with the people. You see what people did. So you see that's why he looked goofy like that. You see what he did with the two dudes, what, Ronnie and Mel, that was in his own group. He tried to take them out before they realized, okay, they can actually stand on their own, and that's gonna make him look bad. So he had to fall back from that. You see him do that with DJ Academics, which that's another thing. They don't get along. So of course he's gonna team up with anybody that wants to give validity going after Fresh and Fit because he sees them as a rival. So my point is, you have a lot of layers to these things. Even the way certain content creators critique certain folks. Some of these critiques are valid, but there are some that is being done through lenses of like what they think they were done wrong, or they don't like the fact he's there, or they don't think he's the representation of black masculinity should be represented, or they think he didn't go as hard as he otherwise should have, even though a lot of these audience members are saying that shit. Them niggas would have been starstruck if they got in front of Nicki Minaj. But niggas want to act like that don't exist. So there's a lot of moving
We've
parts
heard
here.
all these arguments, bro. We already had that show. I mean, like, how many times? This show is about the fact that Angry Man was right. Nicki Minaj was coming at the space. We already did all that Kevin Samuels hater train. Like I said, I got videos on my channel going after Kevin Samuels haters. This is about the fact that we are under attack as a space, and it doesn't help.
We're all hold on, time out. When are we? When are time out?
What I'm saying. Let me finish.
You didn't let me finish. You just cut up to what I was saying.
Time out. To be fair, Rod. Hold on, wait. To be fair, Rod, you did jump in and cut him off. So let's throw it back to him. Even though I think you were right. You were right on the merits of what you were saying. I give you that, but let's let Ed. So
Bernard, I didn't listen to the beginning. So that's what this show is about. This show is about Angry Man was right, Kevin was wrong. Is that what the show is about?
No, the show wasn't just about Angry Man.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I'm told.
Wait. What he was pointing out, the part that he was right on. Well, Angry Man was right about
one part.
Hold, Ed, relax.
Right. Relax, nigga.
Damn.
Don't tell me to relax. Go ahead.
No, if you.
I'm talking to the other dude.
All right. Shit. Angry Man was right about the simple fact that when she's made all those statements she made where she said about, dudes on TikTok or this or that or blah, blah, blah. My point or Angry Man's point is that she came in ready to fire those shots at Kevin Samuels. He didn't give her reason to, so she found somebody else to fire that gun at. So today when she came back, or yesterday, whenever that discussion was, she basically highlighted a few talking points that she disagreed with, but those talking points were verbatim from Kevin Samuels, right? Like right out of his mouth. And then she went into the whole same spiel again and closed it out with "eat a dick" again. So that's why I was simply saying that yeah. Ed, I gotta mute you up. So that's why I was simply saying that she's been watching this space. Yeah, she's done her research. Yeah, she's been watching Kevin Samuels. She's been watching Fresh and Fit. She's been watching a lot of these channels, and she got serious problem with it. And she got smoked for it, that she brought it up not even prompted in an interview with Joe Budden. She was just like, oh yeah, wait, let me make sure I say this. Right. And then she went into a little pander spiel, start pandering to black men. The disclaimer just said, okay, now that I said that, let me take a shit on this online space where men be saying stuff that I don't like, that they say, men be saying stuff about women that I don't like. Like that's more or less what happened. That's what went on. All the stuff that she said, even though in that same discussion she said, I'm not talking about Kevin Samuels. He was cool. He was respectful with me. But then she criticized she criticized it from the perspective
I got it.
These men who rate women. Kevin Samuels is the man who rates women. So that's what I was getting at. She really truly got smoked for
okay. I got it.
And
so my answer is, so what? So what else is new? You got a whole sphere of women that's been trying to take stuff out for for I don't know how long. In fact, you got
Nicki Minaj being against this space passionately with a lot of smoke for it will carry way more weight than just some other little smaller
no, it won't.
YouTuber.
No, it won't.
Well,
And let
Wow.
me tell
explain
and
how.
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because number one, what you all are pretty much saying, just because see that's a double-edged sword. And I'm gonna be quick about it. The reason why a lot of women it's in the social media level don't talk about us for the most part, or they keep it real like esoteric, never want to get specific, because if you talk enough shit about somebody, you can actually inadvertently blow them up. This is also how Kevin Samuels blew up. All these women trying to get him canceled, doing petitions, doing all of that. I get they're not Nicki Minaj, but that's part of what promoted Kevin Samuels and why Kevin Samuels got to hear all of these. Obviously, they're not on the level of Nicki Minaj, but like these other celebrities.
So
That's
great.
part of the stuff because other people got exposed to him. So Nicki Minaj has 173 million folks. There's a lot of dudes that's in there too. So that's a double-edged sword. So when you see this this interconnectivity again, like I was saying before, with Act, Fresh and Fit, and all of that, that stuff actually you can actually make it big. This is something BGS has said, and this is something that has been proven. This is why traditionally they just don't talk
I
about
know,
it.
but the
So
point
the more
is,
she
hold on,
talks,
wait a minute, wait a minute. But wait a minute. The point is that what she's hearing is bothering her to the point to where she's taking the risk
and good.
of responding to it.
That's what we're saying. We're saying good.
Good. That's a good thing. That's a win. So I don't know what y'all arguing with me about.
Wait a minute. No, Ed, you're the one arguing.
Right.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about what the other panelists are saying. That's what I was talking about.
Okay. You did when you digressed into talking about Kevin Samuels haters and all of that and blah blah blah.
No, what I was talking about is all that's when people cut me off, but I was saying all the other moving parts. But at the end of the day, this stuff is getting to a point of no return. Let's be clear here. Nicki Minaj is not going to say anything that's going to get Kevin Samuels shut down. I will go as far as to say she's not going to say a goddamn thing that's going to get fresh. If Fresh and Fit can do fights on YouTube and the stuff that go down, it ain't going to be nothing Nicki going to say to get them canceled. Because you think people ain't already. No, I'm not saying y'all are arguing. I'm just making the point that this is at a point of no return. And the more they talk, as much shit as they talk, it don't matter. It's promotion. Donald Trump took that all the way to the White House.
That's what we're saying. We're just talking
Donald Trump
strategy. That's all we're doing.
Yeah. So I guess my argument, because you got a lot of people. I'm gonna ask this and I'll let y'all rock, because y'all let me have the floor. There's an argument that Kevin Samuels shouldn't have went there in the first place. Do you all agree with that?
I disagree.
I would let me say this right fast. I would say, yeah, I would agree he shouldn't have went there if he wasn't going to be Kevin Samuels. Now, if he was going to be if he wasn't going to be Kevin Samuels, then no, go, or let that be known. I'm just here on a diplomatic mission. We're just here. I'm just seeing what Nicki's about. We're having a quick little conversation, and then okay, I'll have her on my show, or I'll come back, and then we'll do it. He could have done that.
That's more or less what I think happened. That's why I say he took a knee. He opted not to run a play, where he could have ran a play. It was a lot of opportunities to try to score a touchdown, but he just took a knee and ran off the clock. He didn't even attempt to play.
If Kevin Samuels,
hold on real quick. I gave him the grace and benefit of the doubt that he was looking forward in the future. This conversation was just, let's just have a handshake. And then let's hopefully get together, do something more formal, either you on my show or me on your show. Exactly. That I gave him that benefit of the doubt, and I still do. But I'm also pointing out that it is undeniable at this point. She got smoke for him. That's undeniable. She got serious smoke for him. You can't. I don't think anybody could deny that.
I don't like that. I don't even like really. What do you mean? Like, I get you're saying she's looking for an opportunity to tell him to eat a dick. I mean, I get that, but she's a Brooklyn chick, and I get that, but it's like people that was never a real argument in the first place. When people most people were most people was in an agreement when she was talking about eat a dick, that she had smoke for the space.
All right,
Bruh,
okay.
people were literally saying she said TikTok, not YouTube, not Instagram. People were trying to gaslight anybody who was like, yo, this was disrespectful. Yo, it was good that he went up. We just expected him to do what he always does in every other interaction with these types of women. That's all.
And to your point, Rod, I was guilty of that because I was thinking maybe she don't know that much about the space. And let me mute you up, Ed, because you got background. I was at that time I was thinking, okay, she don't know that much about the space. She don't know that much about Kevin Samuels. She just saw some clowns on TikTok cutting up, and she was talking about them. At this point in the game, we know she know a lot about this space now. So it's undeniable that you can't throw it over there. No, she's talking.
But can we
She's
keep
talking
switching
hardcore.
between?
She's talking hardcore about this space, and
Absolutely.
I do believe she's actually talking about Kevin Samuels. So
So,
I mean,
okay, fine, man. That's an opinion, but that's fine. Let's go with that. So, if she would have, let's be
we can
real
agree.
here.
Yeah, we can agree to agree. I think we agree.
If she would have said, eat a dick to him, then there was a damned if you do. There is no winning. There's a lot of dudes. There is just because he talk, and I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. There's a lot of dudes that are mad that they nigga didn't get that opportunity,
Oh,
and they don't
gosh,
want
here
to
we
say
go.
that.
Here we go.
Ed,
We
that's
just
not
did
what-
it. We hold on, Bernard. I just asked. I'll prove it. I just asked you. Do you agree or don't agree? He should have went on there. You did. Now the outcome that he got is a lot more favorable than if he just wouldn't have went on there at all, because nobody would be talking about him at all.
Ed, I think you missed important parts of this conversation. I think you think that there's some disagreement or point of contention that's really not here. It's like you're rebutting statements that you
No,
agree
I'm
with.
not. I'm
Defense
going
force.
just based
Kevin
on
Samuels
what
defense force.
I'm hearing. I can do.
All
Oh,
right.
now I'm a Kevin Samuels defense force. That's what that is.
No, not now. Not now.
I got it.
I think it's something else happening now that I don't understand. I think everybody on the panel is in agreement, but you're arguing with people that generally agree with you as if they disagree with you. It's like, yeah.
I don't agree with none of you niggas.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
All right.
No,
I'm not even
hold
gonna.
on. And let
I'll
me
do
tell
a
you
play, but
why.
I know what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Let me tell you why.
Ed, what you're saying in a certain context is the right thing to say. All I'm saying is that context was not set up or established in this show. We just point this was mostly me just pointing out that she got serious smoke for the Manosphere, and that part is undeniable based off everything she said in that discussion. If I could sum up what I was if I could sum up what I said in my whole little opening hour and 20 minutes, if I could sum it up in 2 or 3 sentences, that would be the summation of it. But real quick, Son is how Ron the Building said before she come at this space, she better have smoke for her P word. Oh wow, okay. And her R word husband.
Get out of there.
None of
And that's another thing she got to keep in mind
KP,
too.
hold on, Ed, hold on, chill for a second. Let me get these super chats. KP from KC5 in the building says she will contribute to making the space bigger. I do believe that's a possible outcome of this thing as well, but at the same time, things can go left. You know, it could either blow up from that, or the ship can go down, or the ship can sink because of it. You never know. KS was right to call an audible and not engage her when her 50K live viewers wanted her to attack him. That is, well, not that he should have called an audible. I'm not even going to say what he should have did. I mean, I've talked about it before. Right. He should have gave some pushback. You know, it didn't have to blow up the spot on her show, but just some pushback to the talking points. But yeah, her audience did want blood. That part is undeniable. They wanted blood.
Bernard, can I get one in?
Hold on, real quick. I got you real quick. Real quick. And I'm gonna pass it. I got Game Changer and Little Big Nate in the back chat. He says, dudes talking what she should have done would have been killed. Easy to play Monday night quarterback is actually Monday morning quarterback. Monday morning quarterback when you're not in the position. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. And yes, yeah, we do Monday. I mean, that's the nature of a reaction video to something. Your Monday morning quarterback. So it is what it is. Author Alan Roger Curry in the building. He says, Ed, you sound loud as hell. I have to ask BR, when I transitioned into panel ARC Angry ARC, aka Rambo.
It's the Bluetooth.
Do I sound
It's the
this
Bluetooth.
loud?
No, it's the Bluetooth. That's all.
ARC, I'm pleading the fifth on you, man. I'm gonna plead the fifth. ARC.
No, you kind of do sometimes when he gets mad.
He knows it.
It's,
He knows.
yeah, but
When
all
he
right,
start talking about people plagiarizing and stuff on his channel, yeah, that he amps, yeah, which is
oh
understandable.
my shit,
Man,
Yep,
man.
yep.
salute to the GOAT.
Or when Alan Roger Curry, somebody said that supposedly somebody told Alan Roger Curry that now that he's married and he's old, he needs to retire and pass the Dayton coach baton to the younger brothers. That was a good live he did. That was a good live. I was like,
I gotta go back and watch that one. I do gotta go back and watch that. I saw that and I was like, oh, that's gonna be fire. But I didn't.
he said, I'm doing this till the day I die. He said most people don't even get famous until after they die, with their books and stuff historically. So he said, I'm doing this. I ain't giving y'all shit.
But all right, Pablo, you wanted to say something real quick, but I do gotta pass it to Game Changer.
Yeah,
No,
this is where I diverge from. I don't think any of this is as important as what y'all missed. What is more important about what y'all missed is she just got up there and said basically none of you niggas deserve to have any kind of preferences or are allowed to make any public statements about what you prefer in a woman. And to me, that's a bigger thing than whether or not how she's coming at the Manosphere. But that's just me.
I think they're the same. She's trying to cancel us from talking. She's trying to cancel our preferences. I think it's the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Agreed.
I can go with that.
All
right. Game Changer, you got the floor. You got the mic.
So she don't just want to cancel our ability to have preferences. She wants to cancel our ability to have negative preferences. Let's be clear. When Kevin Samuels called her a 9, she didn't cancel that. She only cancels she only cancels the bad stuff. You could compliment them all day. You can say nice things about them all day. If you love the lace fronts, that's okay. But the moment you say something,
eat a dick.
She essentially said, you guys think you have the right to rate women, but you really you asked Kevin Samuels for a rating.
It was, hold on. Okay. All right. Sorry. You said the right to rate with a T, women, rate women. And through my earphones,
I ain't gonna lie, I heard that too, Bernard.
That didn't sound right.
Oh my God.
Let me put on both ears and make sure.
Right. Hold on. Hey, congratulations. This program has been brought straight to Patreon by Game Changer. Now,
go ahead, Geese.
No,
make sure you all super chat.
Our ATE women, yes.
You know how these hoes cut shit up. They'll be real Yanni Red and be like, Shay, let me do that flagging instructional video again. That's not funny, but yeah.
Go ahead, Geese.
No, but she gave Kevin Samuels the right to rate her. And she accepted that rating. But had he said like a 6 or something less than the 7 that she gave herself, or maybe even the 7 that she gave herself, then things would have went a lot different. So Kevin Samuels did do right by doing that, because basically he solidified the right to rate women, and in doing so, he made her look like a hypocrite right now.
Good point, because
I didn't even catch that part. That she didn't have a problem. Now she got a problem with rating. Oh, actually, I did catch that part. I think I said that in my opening.
Yeah, you did. You played it.
Yeah, she got a problem with men rating women, but when she talked to Kevin Samuels, the first thing she said, "Where do you rate me?" But again, she probably asked him that to try to set him up. To try to say you were 6 at best. so she could tell him to eat a dick.
Right.
That's what happened.
I agree with that. And she made sure to remind Joe Budden. She tried to act like she had to remember. You don't remember. You don't forget when a dude calls you a 9. Like, well, I think he called me a 9. And then, Joe Budden being a fucking nigga cheerleader. Can I say this? And I'm about to hop off. And this ain't going to be a long monologue. Joe Budden, you motherfucker. You made light skin. Like you bastard. That's some Angel Ramirez. A lot of y'all ain't been in space a long time, don't know that level bullshit. Right. You know how hard we work getting mediocre tutorials to fix those stereotypes, man. I can't stand seeing how he was cheerleading like that. He looked, man, the Safari wasn't even doing that BS when they were with. Anyway, I'll leave it at that.
He was like, "Yes, honey, yes."
I mean, but he wasn't. I mean, anyway, but I'll leave it at that, y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, peace, Ed. The Clue channel in the building says they want protection from criticism. Shout out to X. I be forgetting that's X original quote because I use it so much. But yeah, that is Brother Xavier's original quote. They want protection from criticism. Freedman's Journal in the building says, salute Bernard Riley and chat. Appreciate you coming through. And Java Joe in the building says, thanks Bernard for acknowledging that you gave Nicki the benefit of the doubt when not all hosts can be that introspective, dope conversation. Absolutely. Listen, I've said it before. I say it again. If I was on the wrong side of an argument, when new information come in that convinces me otherwise, I will state what my previous position was and then state what my current position is. So that way I very rarely can anybody accuse me of flip-flopping. There's times when I was wrong on the facts on some old videos about a couple, like some police situations where I had the facts wrong or the laws wrong in that state, and I made a case and I argued it passionately. Somebody sent me the information. I read it. It proved me wrong. I came back the next day and said, hey, my video from yesterday, I had to take it down. I was wrong because of A, B, C, and D. I didn't want to leave up incorrect information. I'm not trying to hide that I was wrong. I'm telling y'all I was wrong right now. I just don't want factually incorrect information up on my channel. That's why I took that one down.
It's called
That's what I do. Yeah.
It's called Grown Man Hour for a reason, bro.
yeah.
And it's called honest journalism. I wish we need more of that. Like if you're gonna be a journalist, and that's what we are. If we're gonna be journalists, like my thing is this: if you have the truth, then you shouldn't have no problem standing on it. When you got a partial truth, or you full of shit, then that's usually when you have a problem with it. And I have no problem coming correcting myself. I was wrong. You're absolutely right. I found out. Let's get some honest journalism. Because again, if you're not trying to manipulate anything, then there's no reason to deceive.
Facts.
Right on. But we got Little Big Nate in the building. And before we pass it to him to speak, look, man, I just recently went and watched the stream that Lil Big Nate did. I believe it was yesterday. I watched it after it was uploaded. And Lil Big Nate is over there still spitting fire. He trying to get that new channel in the algorithm. I think he got like 500 subs. Look, y'all need to go over there and sub to Lil Big Nate. RM and the moderators, y'all know what to do. Lil Big Nate, it don't matter. It don't matter if Lil Big Nate got 2 people or 200 in there. He is spitting fire. Go over there and support that brother. He getting it in over there. I just watched it. I just put one of his streams in my ear, but I had to do a little bit of driving, so I just put Lil Big Nate in my earbuds, and man, he's over there still killing it. He's
multi-nominee.
Oh yes. Right yeah, I do owe you a debt of gratitude, Rod of God. Thank you for nominating me. I greatly appreciate that. Sir.
You set the bar, bro. Thumbnail God.
Thank you. I appreciate you letting me up, Bernard and gentlemen. And good afternoon. One thing that's been missed here, and I did cover it a few weeks ago when this controversy was brewing right after the interview. Kevin Samuels and Nicki Minaj. I addressed how I would have spoken to her and checked her on her nonsense. Now, the biggest mistake Kevin made is he set a terrible precedent. All right. Terrible. Because he allowed her. Nicki Minaj did not only disrespect men. There's different levels of disrespect. There's one thing to say F you, a woman to tell a man F you or go to hell or whatever. Telling a man to eat a D is the ultimate in disrespect. Telling a man to
Facts.
engage in a homosexual act is the ultimate in disrespect.
Wait, but hold on, Lil Big Nate. Lil Big Nate, let me just double check.
Okay.
Is it your position that she told Kevin Samuels to eat a dick, or that she told?
No. She told whatever men she's talking about. But you don't let a woman say that in your presence.
Right.
What does she think of you saying that in front of you?
Facts.
Right.
What does she think you? How low is her opinion of you? Her saying something so disrespectful in front of you to other men.
I give you that all day.
Now
I give you that all day. I just didn't like when people was you're making the right argument. Some people was overreaching, saying she looked him in his face and told him to eat a dick. I'm
no.
That didn't happen. But you're making the right argument.
She was very
very
covert.
I'm with
Did it
you.
right. She did it right. She played it right. She was covert with it. She knew what she was doing.
All right,
and
go ahead, Nate.
I agree with Kevin Samuels and those members of the defense force or whatever when they say, look, you can't just cuss out Nicki Minaj. Of course, different tactics, there's different ways to handle different situations, of course. But to say nothing, to let it slide is absolutely unacceptable. And what are the repercussions of this? She's now on other shows telling men to eat a D. And it won't stop. And you talk about 50,000 live listeners that she had on when Kevin Samuels came. Well, now all those lunatic women that watch her think it's okay to do the same. And now they're watching her do it across multiple different platforms. You have to check that nonsense. Even if she's not talking to you. Excuse me, madam, what did you say? No, we're not going to disrespect men in that way. We just can't allow that. We can't start off this conversation with you being so disrespectful. And if she can't even tolerate that, to hell with her. And to hell with her Barbies or whatever the hell they're called. Half of them are gay men anyway. So what are we worried about this?
Damn, son.
Fire.
But
I didn't even think about that one, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. A lot of them, just like with Beyonce. I mean, a lot of the men, quote unquote, over there in that space are, elemental peers, And but bruh, you can't. I'm telling you, once they do it, once you give them an inch with that disrespect and dismissiveness of men's feelings, or to hell with you, you're not allowed to criticize. Dog, all it's going to do is it's going to, I forgot what, like avalanche, like the little snowball goes down the mountain.
Snowball.
Yeah. Snowball is the term. I'm sorry. Yes, that's what's going to happen. You cannot. Where is there a stipulation on the amount of money the woman makes and how many social media followers she has when it comes to allowing disrespect?
Right.
Tell me. Nah, bruh. That it is unacceptable. Oh, Nate, you wouldn't. You probably acted the same way he did. No. And look, I like Kevin Samuels. I don't disrespect. I try my best not to disrespect anybody in this space, except people that disrespect me. But I'm telling you,
or leftists.
Well, no, that's not personal though. That's not personal. That's not personal, Bernard. That's not personal. No, I'm not attacking an individual there.
All right.
But, yes, I hate them. But but I'm telling you, dog. I said this like after the interview. I did my stream on it, and I said Kevin Samuels has sent a very dangerous precedent. He's allowed her to get away with it, and it's gonna happen even more often. And now she's on Joe Budden, and niggas are throwing up the goalpost signs and cheering and my queen. And dude, you know what Nicki Minaj wants? Nicki Minaj wants a nigga to put her in a goddamn place.
Facts.
She wants.
Facts.
That's what she wants them to do. Let me go see if I can find a nigga that will actually check my ass. And she can't find one nowhere.
He's right.
Her boyfriend does it already. That's why she likes felons.
I don't know if he's checking. Now he has to ask for her gas.
I think he's passive.
Listen, I think she's an alpha female to the point to where I don't think she actually want that. I think she want a dude she can control.
Well, here's the thing. Listen, Bernard, here's the thing. Let me say this from my experience of women. Most alpha women, if you want to, because I don't believe in alpha women, but for the sake of conversation.
Me either, but I was just going with it.
Right.
Yeah.
But listen, on the surface, they don't. This is what I attributed to. I would agree with you. Subconsciously, I believe they all do. This is why they push and push and push and push until they get pushback. They're looking for that pushback. Now, they're not, if it's subconscious, they're not going to be able to articulate to you and go, hey, I'm really got an issue I'm having right now. I need somebody to put me in my place. They're never going to admit that. That would mean it was conscious. But if it's subconscious or unconscious, then she would do that. And I believe it's that because as much as we like, even though we see nature can be tampered with, for most parts, I believe all women, even while they're selling that cap, know their place. This is why on one hand, they'll want preferential treatment. Then on the next hand, they'll be talking about fairness. You know, they'll be talking about equality. This is how you know it's just all manipulation. But to ask,
where I'm at with it, okay, it's two things to that. Even that woman who I use air quotes that term alpha female, yeah, they want a man to be dominant, usually in a sexual way. All right,
and only that way.
They want to be sexually dominated, but when the sex is over and they standing up on their feet, they don't want no dude telling them what they do. But even when they get that dude who gonna check them and tell them what to do, it's not like they're gonna stay checked. It's like for those type of chicks, they will stay checked for 36 hours if you're lucky.
Facts.
They're gonna be back out of pocket later on. So that's why it can be dangerous to be trying to tell dudes, oh, that out of pocket chick, she just need a man to check her, and then you start trying to raise up on her and check her, and she raising back, and you trying to raise up more. That's when you get into
that is dangerous.
You get into some dysfunctional shit when you go that route. That's why I say them type of chicks, you just gotta leave them alone. They coming at you like it's challenge day every day.
Hey Bernard, tell me when I can get 2 minutes.
I got you right now. You got it. Hold on, real quick. Theo Watt in the building with the super chat. He says for G. Oh, okay. I know what that G stands for. For G-Man Barbies, the Dims fave. Shout out to you, Dapper Gents in the building with the super chat. With the super chat or super sticker. I can't tell what that is. Do appreciate you. All right. Let me make sure. Double check. All right. Go ahead, Judge. You got the floor. You got the mic.
All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Like I said, I guess y'all going to say I'm Kevin Samuels' defense force. But as a person who's managed a lot of business, in every company I've been involved, I've always been in a leadership position. Everybody knows I'm quick to fight, this, that, and the other, all that. But it's been times where you can't fight at that moment, or you can't be the normal person you can be at that moment because it's against the greater goal. And sometimes you got to put that aside to do that. Now, I agree. People say, oh, he could have went harder. But no, I think actually what he did was kind of smart, because basically you got the people talking, and that's what you want to do. You get the people talking. First thing, she showed that she just like every other woman. Rate me, Kevin. So wait a minute. I thought now think about it. He calls more. Say Kevin got 1 million. She got 50 million. Now you sit up here and you don't call discreditment in her camp of 50 million. Rather than the people that's in our camp, like, well, goddamn, man, he could have hit harder. But now you got them women. You know how women will get emotional when they start self-destructing on each other. It's worse than us. At least me and you can get into a fight and have a beer later on. When they start going at, literally, it's women going at her. Wait a minute. So now, wait a minute. You got fake eyelashes, fake wigs, fake this, fake butt, fake titties, fake this, fake that. And then now you're talking about rape me. Wait a minute. I mean, like when people go ahead and start to flip that over, trust me, she getting a lot more flack from her cat. And that's why she came on Joe Budden trying to be all tough again. If you see, that was a call for help right there when she came on there trying to be and go all like that. But no, you was the first one. Like, go ahead.
No, I'm saying her camp is egging her on to go at Kevin Samuels. Tasha K's camp was mad because Tasha K didn't go at Kevin Samuels. You are right that she's been egged on by her 177 million followers. That she need to go at Kevin Samuels. I give you that all day.
Listen, he played it right, because sometimes I'll just give an example. Like you said, it's chess, not checkers. It's been sometimes you plant the seed right there and then you let other people destroy you. Kevin Samuels planted the seed right there in her camp. That seed right there will destruct them from within.
You know how I know you're wrong?
Without you firing the shot. And now you can say, well, no, because this is the problem is this. When bras get mad at each other, They go like for years.
But Nicki
And
is
I mean,
trying to. Nicki is
she's
still
trying
on
to
her
do damage
damn
control.
tour. She's trying to redeem the moment
But,
for not cussing
but
out
of
Kevin
course,
Samuels. So
right.
yeah. So she's still
But
with the
beautiful.
shit.
Wait. Listen, I'm gonna go ahead and right. Though she's trying to redeem the moment by not cussing out Kevin Samuels. But yeah, look what she did. She just came on there and talked about eat a dick, this, that, and the other. Do you really think that looks good? I mean, that Joe, but like how she conducted herself on that interview, that didn't
That
look
looks
good at
great to
all.
her
I
followers.
mean, like no, from a sponsor and a business point of view, that didn't look good at all.
She'll never get held accountable for what she says by
But
sponsors.
she won't. She won't. But the fact, I know she
Wait a
won't
minute.
get
Wait a
held
minute. Hold on.
accountable. But it didn't look good.
Hold on. I was reading, so I missed what you said. Are you saying that didn't look good from a sponsor standpoint? Like she's
They
going
don't
to
care.
like they know that like come
It's starting to change. It's
This is
starting
the
to
new
like it ain't it,
No, sir.
bro. They starting to look at stuff like that. Like literally, like now, like I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna be women who like say women that stand up on our side. But wait a minute, you talk all that shit, they can just say boom, revert back to that. There you go, right there. I mean, because what it's gonna take is sometimes it ain't gonna be one of us that's gonna throw her up under the bus. It's gonna be a woman that's gonna get her. It ain't
well,
gonna. No offense, as me as men, we can't do shit because nobody ain't gonna listen. They don't care about you talking about us. But once
people.
another
But no,
woman
see, hold
step
on. Wait,
up
the
and
thing
call
is,
her about that,
hold on.
she's
Wait,
in
real
trouble.
quick. You say we can't do nothing. They ain't gonna listen. The fact of the matter is, people are listening
Hello.
now.
Well, they
People
are, but
are
I'm just
listening. Hold on.
saying.
Wait. Time out. People are listening, and she's trying to do now what she can to try to shut it down. Maybe not
Facts.
taking actual, full blown, technical action to try to literally shut somebody down, but she's stirring the pot that's going to lead
Of
to the
course,
uproar
Right.
of people trying to
Facts.
shut shit down. So,
of
Facts.
course,
so yeah.
but this the problem is she already. This the problem. Then she doubled down. Oh, no, I don't got no problem with him. So wait a minute. The people that you hate the most in this space, you ain't got a problem with. Why? Because he gave you a 9. See what I'm talking about? See how that? I mean, literally, that's gonna throw a lot of shit in her camp. She
But
fucked up right there.
But Dre, let me say this right fast, Dre. Let me tell you this. See, on this note, I'm just dealing with this real quick. The part of mental, I'm dealing with the mental part of it. I'm not dealing with anything else. Perception is powerful. There's a reason why cops, when something happens to a cop, they go above and beyond to send a message because they understand perception. There's a reason why America does what it does when it comes to war because they understand the power of perception. So what Nicki is doing. And this is why Nicki is doing what she's doing. This is why it was so critical for us. Like we always said, nobody said attack her, but it still was necessary because again, if nothing else, I could overlook the Tommy Lee and the Brittany Renner. Nicki, it was more eyes watching. Back to perception, it was that much more people watching, looking to see if he was going to stand on those talking points. And I'm not knocking what you said, Dre, because I see your angle. I do see your angle, but make no mistake, there's another angle as well. And back to the perception, them watching him not do him. And again, this isn't about Kevin. This is actually about Nicki. Like what Bernard is saying. See, what she's doing is trying to cancel it. She's trying to give the perception of don't let any of these men who talk like this speak, go against them, come out against them. And then you got the Joe Buttons clapping your ass, hunty, and you got all them with it. That's the type of perception they're sending, and we have to combat.
Okay, but let me explain. Wait.
Go ahead,
Let me
little big Nate.
explain
Go ahead,
that.
little big Nate. Hold on, wait. Go ahead, little big Nate.
You
All
have
right,
to
let me mute
consider,
up.
you have to consider the optics of it also. There will be millions of young women who watch what she did and say, oh, I can tell men to go eat a D? Oh, okay. No problem. I can tell this guy that's supposed to be, and I'm not disrespecting Kevin Samuels, but this guy that's supposed to be standing on his square and checking women and leveling with them and has the courage to assess them honestly. So if I make enough money and have a big enough sphere of influence, I can get away with whatever I want to say.
I said this on Bernard's last show when I talked about it. I said exactly that. I said he's sending the girl Atari was on here, and I said she's sending a message that all I gotta do is be like Nicki Minaj, and I'm good. That was basically the message that I'm
say whatever I want.
Wait. Look, this is the thing where I tell you where my experience back in the day with the manipulation and all that would come in handy. I'm not gonna lie. It depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to get our man's message out there, he played it right. Even though you look and say, well, damn, he wasn't normal Kevin Samuels. But the fact is, he got people talk. The bigger look. Sometimes you got to take a little L to get where you're going.
This is how
Because
we
this
know.
is the bigger. Well, God damn it, nigga, can I finish this?
Dude, you've been talking for 15 fucking minutes.
All right, both of y'all chill. Go
No,
ahead,
I haven't, bro.
Go ahead, Judge.
Nigga, don't you
Go
even
ahead,
say
Judge.
that. I'm not. That's it.
Judge. I said go ahead, Judge. That means continue on with your point.
Take an L to get where you're going because the greater good is better. And I believe that at that point, she came looking for a fight. She came looking for a fight. She had the people all riled up. Sometimes you were like, oh, no, he should have standing on the square. Stand on the square right there, he would have been murdered. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and be cordial today. But then you step out of line, you can still get both barrels. But at that moment, you couldn't fight like me. I like to fight. I can't. I know that it's been time. You standing there with three of your niggas, I'm gonna have to take that fucking L. I can't beat normal Dre because I get my ass whipped.
All right,
But I'm just saying. But bro, she had 50,000 of her people with their mouth open, foaming at the mouth, ready to go.
Right,
you don't want that type of fight, man.
No, that would
wait, hold on, wait. I don't. Wait a minute. I don't understand exactly what the number of people in her audience would have to do with anything. And the thing about fight. Hold on, wait. No. The thing about fight and hit harder when you're saying that there's a way to respond.
Exactly.
Just to make a response.
True, but sometimes you let sleeping dogs lie.
Well, that wasn't that case. That wasn't that case.
But anyway, that's rehashing. That's rehashing the last show. I mean, right, I'm moving forward to where what just recently happened, where
confirmation.
With Joe Butter.
Holy shit! I'm moving forward to what just recently happened, where the speculation was confirmed, right, where some people was like, maybe. Who was that?
I don't know.
Oh, that's me. I'm sorry. Somebody put Brennan assault. Let me mute up.
Dude, I mean, if you working, dude, just get back to work, man.
Etiquette.
Yeah, he's sitting there. He laying the foundation for a house, trying to argue on the panel.
Sound like
that was a coworker. That was a coworker.
Fluid in a live person.
Yeah, but no.
But remember, we black men don't build nothing. Come on now.
No, I got you. I got you. And I respect and appreciate that. Whenever you hop on my panel, you be working while you're on the panel. I give you props on that. But damn, now I forgot my point. But there I said in the building, he says, I remember when the Black Manosphere was known only by certain black men. Now everyone is talking about it. Nicki's butt hurt will continue to spread the word. I agree with that point.
Thanks.
Also, who else do we have in here? Gentlemen, let's really be honest. Who's really considering a fan of Nicki's as a wife or girlfriend material? I don't know what that has to do with the conversation. Would you make these women the actual mother of your children? This is a non-issue.
Okay.
Rather or not, I want to impregnate the that makes no sense. Like we're talking. That's not the discussion
at all.
That's not the discussion.
I think that was in response to when Dre was talking about her listeners, her followers being like, if we care about what they think, I think that was kind of where.
No, the conversation is so much bigger than that. Like this isn't even exact. This isn't the who's fucking who conversation.
Exactly.
Like, that's not what's happening here. Right. But anyway. How do you guys think Fresh and Fit is handling Nicki Minaj? I watched some of their stream last night, and they standing in it. They standing in it. He says they are taking the opposite approach of Kevin Samuels and did a whole stream coming back at her. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they standing in it.
All her colorism. She was talking major colorism. They brought that out. I was like, yeah, get it.
No, that was the other chick. That wasn't Nicki Minaj. That was the one chick that they kicked out. The other chick that I think was a rapper too. I think
Asian doll.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, she was talking about I defended black women, but then she actually, said a lot of colorist things about darker skinned black women. But the Haitian in the building, he said, shout out to the bartender Bernard Riley for putting it on the bar straight, no chaser. Absolutely, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. I do appreciate that. All right, let's move it down to OGJ Speed.
Oh,
what's going
on, Bernard? Can you hear me?
Unfortunately.
Okay, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, I'm coming in loud and clear. Hey, good morning, little big mistake. I know you hate me.
I know you hate me. Nah. Me and Little Big and Nate, we like each other. You know, I used to. I like that brother. He be getting it in. He be bringing that fire, just like you say, Bernard. Hey, look, Bernard. Think about.
All right, go ahead.
Think about what we tried to say.
OJ had
Man.
that ready since yesterday.
No, I just had it when I heard your voice this morning.
No.
Nah, you practiced that one in the mirror for a whole week.
You know how it come out of me, Bernard. It comes instant.
Like I was saying,
written down. Stop.
Hey, Bernard. Hey, listen to that. Okay, you're a salesman, right?
No, but
no,
okay,
not you. We know you ain't a salesman, but
right.
we just pretending.
Okay.
And that's real hard to do, even in a nightmare. But not. Okay, you out here in California in the Ram Stadium. You got over 100,000 people. Are you gonna tell me this ain't the time to bring out your best product? Right. You ain't ready to sell your best product. You got that that foot traffic. You got that many people watching you, and then you gonna bow down? Come on, man. We gotta stop making excuses for people when they drop the ball, man. Y'all don't make excuses for the old people when they drop the ball. But goddamn,
sure don't.
Y'all don't made every excuse for Cameron Sanders.
I am shocked. I thought you would think that Kevin Samuels did exactly with the ball what he should have done. You think that's dropping
he
the
dropped
ball?
both of his balls. He didn't just drop one. He dropped both of them.
You ain't
So
shit.
wait a minute. What happened when you left the house today? Did your cape got stuck in the door and you just out here with no cape on? Wait, what's going on?
I've told y'all, man, y'all ain't quite understood me, man. I don't fuck around with all that old bullshit. I just like to tell the truth. And my truth, it might not be right, but it's my truth. And I told y'all from the beginning, y'all better watch how y'all put y'all eggs in one basket, because when that motherfucker get a hole in it, y'all
But
stuck
bro,
with it.
I totally understand where you guys go with this, but I'll say like this: this is the problem is, I didn't think,
Damn, did
I
he
think
cut me
about it
off?
from a, oh
Did he cut
no,
me off?
10 seconds.
He got
I'm
here.
about to go 10 seconds.
Hold on, real
I
quick.
don't think that it's like that. This is the problem. If he would have went out and went too hard and like that, and they took it like that, it would have been a war on the whole space, like it is already now, but it'd been 10 times worse. And I don't think we're ready for that yet. We ain't ready for that fight yet. We there, but we getting ready, but we ain't ready for that fight yet, man.
We's not ready. All right, I'm just playing.
I'm just saying we ain't ready for that fight yet, dude.
Hold on. Well, okay, let's play a little thought experiment. Okay, when she did that whole little spiel about when she told not Kevin Samuels to eat a dick, but she told guys on a TikTok to eat a dick. Okay, we go to Little Big Nate on this one. Little Big Nate, what should have been Kevin Samuels' response? Because he's saying Judge Dre just keeps saying that he shouldn't have fought, or it shouldn't have been. We weren't ready for a fight. I didn't even think it got to be a fight to simply convey the message that that was a bit disrespectful to these. Well, anyway, go ahead. What do you think he should have said right there?
What Kevin wasn't talking. You talking to him? I'm sorry.
That's a little bit Nate.
I'll be honest. I'm sorry. When Jonathan Barronville and Game Changer were up here, when this first happened, the interview first happened, and the controversy was brewing. They were the only way JB and Game Changer could win their argument was to say that you couldn't attack her. Over and over and over again, we're saying you don't have to attack her. Stop saying attack her.
Exactly. Extreme.
Because you sound like the black women that say that any criticism is an attack.
Bars.
Stop that. Bars. You have to stop that. So what I would have done, I actually said it earlier. I said, excuse me, Mrs. Minaj, you can't talk like that. If we're starting a conversation, we're going to do it respectfully. I haven't disrespected you. I haven't disrespected any women up here. I'm going to ask that you don't do that. Even if you don't understand what the men are doing, we can have a conversation about that. But I can't allow you to tell men to go eat a D. That it's the height of disrespect. The height of it.
Simple.
That would justify her flipping out and cussing me out and sending her little weird gay followers to come and destroy my channel. No. But dude, things have gotten so bad. Okay, She said it when she was with KS. Now she's saying it with Joe Budden, and now we have guys cheerleading, and like I think it was Pablo that said, 3 snaps in a Z or a circle or something. That's how the niggas are acting now. What happens next?
Right.
Niggas soaking.
Joe Budden ain't never been no man though. He ain't never been no man. I mean, no offense, dude. I would take one of the alphabet community over and Joe Budden to be a man to fight my battle any day, dude. I'd take a flamboyant one. Joe Budden ain't never been no man.
Rappers. Hold on, real quick. Rappers have always been the biggest simps. So I mean, you are right that's not that much of a surprise. Even we know what it is with Joe Budden. Go ahead, little big name.
If Nicki Minaj would have caught some significant pushback, not disrespect, not attacks,
right?
If she would have caught some significant pushback, she would have not said that on Joe Budden's. She would have not said it.
Facts.
See, if she would have attacked Kevin, she would have looked bad. That would have looked good.
I don't know if that would have stopped her from, doing what she did on Joe Budden. I think if he would have responded the way that you responded, depending on her, she could have clapped back with some. Well, from the clips I seen, you disrespect women, so blah da 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 da. Eat a dick. So, but either way, that would have been fine because she would have got disrespectful in an in general way to men that she saw on the internet. Kevin Samuels would have respectfully corrected her, and then she would have clapped back with some disrespect. Then she would have been the one.
Exactly.
Like
crazy.
That was the point.
Yeah.
Exactly. Chess, not checkers.
Can I get this in?
Go ahead.
See, this is what I've been saying all the time. There's a difference when an entertainer meets somebody who think they're into entertainer. See, they know how this shit really works. And see, you can't tell me that she would have went on somebody else's show and said that who's into real broadcasting and they wouldn't have called her ass out on that. See, this is the problem. See, some people try to be professional and specialize in everything. And I really believe he was over his, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to disrespect, but y'all get it.
He was playing with his Johnson while she was on the screen.
I don't think he was playing with his Johnson. Come on now, man. That wait a minute. Number one is that 9 or 8 that he gave her, that wasn't real because she started taking off that shit. It looked like a scene out of Alpha. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Wait, let me just say this real quick. That was one of the weakest arguments that people who were saying he was smitten by an attractive woman. That's nonsense.
That's weak.
I'm talking about Joe Buddha. He was. Look how he was so smiling and cheap. Yeah, that's what I'm talking.
Wait a minute. Even that's nonsense. Because Joe Budden been.
Oh my gosh, he was in La La Land, dude.
I know,
dude, look at his face.
Wait, stop, please. To say that it was because it was an attractive woman in front of him, as if a guy who's been either rich or semi-rich and famous for like the last damn near 3 decades, is somehow like ain't never been across from an attractive woman. Yeah. But no.
Okay,
like,
but
that argument don't work. It was.
Hey, look,
bro. If we wait. If we gonna say that, then that's like saying that. Some people don't matter. Then he got money and he done had woman. There's still one blow job away. Then that just blows that argument out the window. Some people I hate to say, they're a fool for women.
I don't think it's the beauty.
Joe Budden literally just did a live interview with her. Like they've worked together. They know each other. Like they cool. Like that's chasing. That's dumpster diving. You're dumpster diving for a narrative right now.
Bars.
I want to ask the panel one question. I don't think it's
the fact that she's attractive. I think it's the size of her audience.
There it is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, little big name. Hey, look, but now I want to ask everybody on the panel. What number would y'all have given her if she was in front of you? We
did this show.
I know, but I just want to quick because I'm gonna say something afterward.
She's a 7.
She's 7.
8 max. 8 max. Before the work done 6. Before the work done 6.
Using Kevin Samuels' own rating system with her age, she's naturally, I'd say like a 7, and then but with her age and the baby, that will bump her down to like a 6 or a 5 using his standard.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. By his standard, I said it before that Like just like how you say Beyonce is an 8, based off by his standard, you would have to either give her a 8 or knock it down to an adjustable 6, given age and kids and the whole works. Like that's what most people thought was reasonable based off what he did. And I understand if he didn't want to go with no adjustable 6 because that's controversial. Because people hear 6, they hear an insult. But so an 8. Say just an 8 would have been appropriate.
7, yeah, I agree with
but
him.
nah,
he don't do 7, so an 8.
Oh, that's
an 8
true.
would have been appropriate.
And this is why I think history is so good. It's good for us to and to remember history. Now, Nicki Minaj looked like to me Little Richard with some butt pads. So
I would say that.
I'm serious. Go back and look at some of Little Richard early pictures. They look just alike. So you can say what you want.
She's talking about that outfit she had on stage. I remember that. She did look like, I remember that back in the day where it looked like her butt deflated. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. She did. Maybe because I'm old enough to remember that and I watch a lot of old stuff. Yes, that outfit she had on at that award show. Because I remember because Nicki Minaj thought she had that smoke. Remember when she came at, what was that white girl's name she came at and they cut her mic off that day? She acted a fool, just made black people look like a fool. Yeah, she came at Miley. Right, they got to show you ain't. She talking about you ain't about that life, girl. Cause plain and simple, if you was a really fighter, you could have beat her behind after the show. Literally, it's just that you did that to act a fool and show these women how to act. And unfortunately, oh yeah, that's how you talk to people. I hate to say something, no, ladies, don't act like that because it's gonna get you into trouble. While she got millions of dollars to get out of jail, your butt gonna be sitting up in a jail cell. Right.
Y'all be quiet.
Judge Dre, I point out an inconsistency, Judge Dre. You just a minute ago said that Kevin should have been a little more strategic and
I agree.
Another day and this and that.
Yeah.
But just yesterday, when Bernard and I were talking about being pulled over on the side of the road, you said it was necessary for you
don't run,
to fight the police.
No, but listen. I'm gonna tell you. Wait. Listen.
To the death over a traffic stop.
Listen. Okay, listen. I'm gonna tell you, like, look, that's a cross I die on. Like some people got crosses they'll die on. I die on that one.
So that's different.
See, no, I'm not saying it's different. It's like everybody's got. Listen. What I'm trying to say is this: everybody has their cross that they'll die on.
So you would die.
I'll die on that cross.
You would die fighting.
I would die fighting, definitely.
We's don't disrespect.
You crossed the line for a man with a gun.
I've never disrespected.
But a bitch with a weed, you need to back up.
No. Wait. Listen. It's a big difference. If it's only one bitch, fine. 50,000 bitches, we got a problem. I ain't gonna lie, but it's like I said, it's only one guy, fine. This is what I'm trying to say. Take everything in context. Like I said, if it's a nigga talking shit and it's just him, we fine. Nigga talking shit and he got 3 of his boys with him, I gotta take that L. I'm gonna let him get it because no offense, you got the law of numbers, dude. I mean, I'm smart. I like I said, I like to fight. I actually do. I actually get a thrill out of it. But I'm strategic. You can't just go ahead and fight everybody and be like, I'm the biggest bad. Otherwise, you'd be dead. I mean, no offense. There's been plenty of times I'd have had to take the L.
That's another extreme, though, Drew.
Bro, you stepping all over your own argument, though.
No, I'm just saying it's the truth. Sometimes it depends on how it is. No, but look, but I know if it's just me and him, if it's just one-on-one, you damn right I'm fighting. I don't give a damn if you got a gun or not. One-on-one, you going at it.
Let me say this
right. But I'm just like that. I don't give that. There's one-on-one is fine. Once you got 3, 4, you gotta. No, I'm just saying. Once you got 3, 4 people, you gotta. I mean, unfortunately, you gotta take that L. And at least
5 or 6 men were chasing after you with high heels on. You ain't ready to fight.
Oh no.
Well, let me just reiterate.
All right, man. They could be Joe Buddha's followers.
Let me reiterate my position again. When he chose not to run a play, I gave a lot of grace that okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they get together and and have a more formal conversation on his platform or her platform. So I gave the benefit of the doubt, and I still give him some benefit that if that door is still open, then hey, I want to see that happen.
Facts.
But I think she's making it. She's making it low key clear that she's on a warpath. Like
Facts.
I think if she bring him on her show, she's gonna be nice, but she's gonna come ready. She's gonna have her team dig up clips of stuff that he said, and she's gonna challenge him hard on that. Like so yeah, I know she got it. So that's where I'm at with it. I was giving, so I was willing to. I'm not making every argument that Judge making, but I was willing to say, okay, he played it safe. Let's see what happens in the future. Right now, it's looking like this is war. Like that's what I'm at with it.
And let me say this right fast. Let me say this right quick too. Let me say this just for the sake of conversation because I don't like some of these conversations. Let me say this for everybody listening. Everybody can make a wrong play. I'm not saying we okay. I'm saying like we got to stop acting like people can't make wrong plays. I mean, I don't believe in canceling you because you made a mistake. I don't believe in throwing you away because you made one mistake. But we got to stop acting like it can't be right. Like the person makes every right play, and that's all I'm saying. And from a tactician point of view, a strategic point of view, like we said earlier, with all those people watching, and I'm gonna get off this Kevin thing because this ain't about Kevin. This is about Nicki declaring war. For everybody listening, let's get. Now that we've established that Kevin can make a mistake, and we see strategically how we see both angles, how this could have been played diplomatic, and we see how he could have stood and at least been him, but like, as we said, without being extreme, without attacking her, but still correcting her. But the bottom line is we're dealing with Nicki Minaj now. That is the topic, to Bernard's topic. She is on the warpath. She has definitely declared war, and this is what we're dealing with.
That is fact. Also, in the building, he says Kevin Samuels would have went off on Nicki the way he does. Average Women KS would have went viral and would have been on steroids with an extra 2 million subs. That's also
facts.
That's also a huge possibility that would have went more viral on World Star than the average at best video.
It would have. That shit would have made. It would have made TMZ. It probably would have made national news.
It would have.
That would have blew.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I agree with that one.
Gasket.
I agree with that one. Yeah.
I mean, just consider how much the roles have been reversed. We got Mrs. Minaj up there cussing, aggressive, and we got the guys cheering and saying, "You go, girl."
Bro,
this is just completely out of natural order. And until we try to, get things back the way they're supposed to be, man, I mean, it's only going to get worse. Every time they get away with this, they become emboldened. Period.
Facts.
Yeah, I like what David. I like what you said, that you could mention that. Hey, okay, somebody can make a mistake or a misstep. I mean, I was talking earlier in the show. Tom Brady, the GOAT, he's lost playoff games through he's thrown game losing interceptions before. He still came back and won Super Bowls.
Michael Jordan missed a few baskets. I mean, it happened.
Yeah. Okay. So the people saying it's over. This is the end of Kevin Samuels. He still haven't recovered from that. That's where y'all get goofy.
Right.
That's where the Kevin Samuels haters get goofy.
Right.
But he'll go live and got 15,000 in there, but he do need another big bump to get him back.
And I think,
standing 10 toes down and not backing down. A rough, tough conversation with somebody like Nicki Minaj, especially now that she's on the warpath. Right. That something like that will get him back where he was at, possibly back where he was at.
I know that.
It was a moment where he was getting 25,000 to 30,000 live viewers at one time. So he I was talking about that. I think in that when that was when I got interviewed by Dr. Thunder recently. I was saying he's I hate to say stagnant. He's stagnant at a really good place. I would love to be stagnant where he's at right now. But he's stagnant at a really good place. But it's like he need another big moment to catapult him back up there where he was at.
And the thing is, it's self-inflicted.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say,
can I say something on the stagnant? No. Yeah. Can I say something on the stagnant? I said one of the things that I think that they realize this. You got, especially with us men. I think that what has happened is this. People have come out, they watch, and you be like, well, God damn. At first, it was funny to watch that the women were saying all this crap on the show. But now it's like, oh, okay, that's what the normal life is. These women going to act like this. That's the norm now. And it's become acceptable. Like at first, people didn't even know. And I ain't even going to lie. the women coming on the show have damaged their brand way more. That's why they're sitting up here begging for people to take them out on dates. Because you see, the men are just not caring anymore. And that's what's really hurting them more than anything. Because the man, he might have lost subscribers, as you said. Now he lost subscribers, he lost people watching, but there were a lot of men watching. And then after a while, you're like, God damn, this is how women act. You're like, I see these type of women all the time. I didn't think it was this ran born, and I thought it was only in my life. Then I ain't gonna lie. After a while, you'd be like, you know what? I just want to watch the highlights because I'm tired of looking at these dumbass women.
And I think
I think really that's what it is. It's like I hate to say, I'm tired of this narrative.
Well, I think to go to what Pace of God is saying. Okay,
redundant.
Kevin Samuels' show is redundant, point blank.
There you go.
It's boring. Well, see, here's the thing: it don't matter if it's redundant if you're constantly getting new subscribers.
Exactly.
If you're getting 50,000 new subscribers a month, it don't matter how redundant it is. It's like that's like somebody who got a hit song. Just keep playing the hit again. You go on tour, people want to hear you play the hit. You never stop playing the hits. So So it is true. It's redundant. Because he's like an artist playing the same hit over and over again when he's getting the new subscribers. That's why I say he need that big bump to get those subscribers, because his channel is still growing, but it's not growing at the speed that it used to. He needs another big bump to get those subscribers coming in like crazy. So to them, all those new people, it's a new show, and he can just keep doing what he's doing.
Right.
If you've been there, time out. If you've been there from the beginning, like a lot of us, then I can't watch his show like the way I used to. I mean, sometimes I might catch myself going, 2 weeks without.
I watch the replays.
Yeah, I may catch myself sometimes going 2 weeks without clicking on it, or then I'll try to get caught up. Let me see what he was talking about, But that's just the natural state of things when you get used to watching something. So that's why it's disingenuous. That's why it's disingenuous to say, man, this show is boring and redundant. No, it's a hit show. It's still a hit, but it's a hit song that's been on our playlist for a long time. That don't mean it's a shitty song. It just means we've heard it.
Right. And that's why I got two factors on a little pushback on you. All right. When you was talking about the football player, right? You was talking about that in the same game. All right. He made a mistake. He threw the interception.
No. I said he threw an interception that lost a playoff game.
You
lose a playoff game, you go home.
He
probably came back a year later, 2 years later, and still won Super Bowls.
But in this case right here, you sitting in front of a person who's supposed to specialize. And I don't know what the situation was. Did he go into her DM or how it came about? Was
he hopped on her
right. So I can understand that trying to be respectful. But then he carried the brand, even though if he wasn't ready to carry his brand, he shouldn't have hopped in there. So what I'm saying, I was on a panel just about 2 weeks ago, and he came in there and he tore a new asshole, and a young man named Swag.
Yeah, that was terrible.
So that was terrible. And I went in there on his ass too, but he escaped and ran. But so what I'm trying to say is that, this is what we're talking about. We're more critical on guys than we are on the problem that we are having with women. For him to do that soft cotton tiptoeing through the daisy with her, and then come in there and tear up a young man that he didn't even listen to the conversation. To me, that was effed up.
Well, okay. The only pushback I'll give to you on that is that right after he got through talking to Nicki Minaj, the next day he went on his show and tear into the ass.
I'm talking about. He
tore into the ass of the women that called on his show are the same. So let's just make that very clear, because this is what some people be saying. He hasn't stopped doing what he's been doing. They call in his show. He say something stupid. He give them the same work that he's been giving them. He hasn't softened his message. He just
So can we just say he was starstruck and leave it alone?
I don't think it was starstruck. I think that he, for whatever reason, he weighed the cost-benefit analysis of challenging Nicki Minaj, and I think he made a business decision that I'm going to play it safe and not challenge her and not ruin my relationship with people of that high of status. I think that's the calculation he made. I don't think that he just saw a hot piece of ass in front of him and didn't know what to do, or he was starstruck. No, I think he made a calculation. We can debate whether or not that was the right calculation or whether or not it was weak to not challenge her on some points. we can debate all of that,
but we couldn't debate it. That was the point, and that's the revisions that we got to make sure.
What do you mean we couldn't debate it?
Because whenever people started actually making those criticisms in terms of trying to have the discussion about, well, should he have done this? Should he not have done that? That's when half of the space gets labeled haters. Half of the space gets labeled pookies. Half of the space gets labeled, you dress like this. You need to dress like him.
It's truth in that, but let's also keep in mind, I've seen some haters in the chat room who's looking at who's I clicked on one of them. They saying it's over for him. He's never recovered. He's going downhill. His channel's going to die. Is there they're rooting for him to completely fail. So I mean, the actual haters do exist, but then there's people who like you, Rod. You came on my panel. You gave a good, fair criticism. Your criticism has always been fair when it came to Kevin Samuels. Well, lately you've been throwing a couple low blows, but for the most part, your criticism has always been fair, and I don't like when people like you give a fair criticism and then they get lumped in with the haters. Right. That's what I don't like.
I appreciate that.
I got you on that one. I got you on that one.
As far as I can see, I mean, the problem are the extremes on both sides.
Facts.
You got the Kevin Samuels defense force. He's infallible. You should be prostrating in front of a picture in the bathroom. And then you got the other side with incessant stream after stream after stream after stream.
Right.
I mean, MTR can't even be around him, and now he's a target.
Right.
I mean, it's just it's ridiculous on both sides.
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, but now I gotta go. Before y'all put a bound on
all right, thanks for coming. I hope you find your cape. I know when you got out there when he got
it's in the cleaners. It's in the cleaners.
That's where it is. That's where it is.
Okay.
It's in the cleaners.
Send me a bottle of whatever you're sipping, bro.
Hey, I better head out. I better head out too, but y'all.
The stuff I sip, I'm trying to get shorter a little, Nate. You don't want to drink that.
No. Give it to me.
Oh, Lord.
I hope it makes you smarter, though.
Big Nate got one today. All right.
Got him. Hey, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna jump out too.
Hey, I do want to see that show, Lil Big Nate versus OGJ Speed.
Yeah, that'd be
debating
nice.
With the jiving, okay, we can do that.
I do. I want to. Yeah. Y'all gotta exchange emails. I want to see him on your show so y'all can just go at it for like 2 hours.
My God!
Sign me
your
up.
entertainment.
We've been on the show together though.
He's been on my channel. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know that. Okay, cool.
Hey, I'm gonna head out too, BR. Hey, salute the panel, salute BR, man. Great show.
All right,
salute, Rob.
Great show, Bernard. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm out of here.
Later,
all right. We can almost round it out and wrap it up and damn near do last words. We got the masculinist in the building. Your icon is not even showing up even in StreamYard, so I don't like to let people up when that happens. I don't know. Are you there? Unmute yourself. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with you. Oh, wait, hold on. There you go. Are you there? Say something. My finger on the trigger in case he turned his camera on and be naked or something like you unmuted.
Please
go ahead and speak. All right, I gotta drop him down. All right, we're gonna do last words. We're gonna work our way up the panel and try to get out of here promptly at 3:00. So y'all be, not at 3:00, but at the 3 hour mark. So y'all be no at the 3 hour mark. So y'all be watching the clock. Yeah, so yeah, it's like 7 minutes exactly. So y'all can divide up that time. Go ahead, Judge Dre. You got your final words.
I had to walk all the way back over to unmute the phone. Okay, there we go. I think that sometimes we have to realize that depending on what way a person is going and what kind of game they're playing or what their long-term goal is, that there might be always a different way to do things. And unless you're that person and to know what their long-term goal is, then we can say we could have done this, like you said, the Monday morning and the quarterback. I mean, you see it after the fact, yeah. But you have to know, and one thing we should know as men is no matter what you do, there's always going to be someone that says you should have done something else. or what I would have done. And don't take this criticism as that, like you see, y'all guys came at me saying, hey, nigga, didn't you say you fight the other day? Don't take that as we hating on you. Just take that as we brothers and we love you and we just gonna point it out. Because we can easily let you be fooled and led around like they do the women. Because I'm not even gonna lie. The women are telling you to do this, like Nicki Minaj. Oh no, don't talk about the weave, the lace front, the eyelashes. Why is that? Because they know that most people who keep buying that shit are single. They want you to act that way, so you stay single. That way, you keep buying the wigs, you keep buying the eyelashes, you keep buying that. There's more revenue in their pocket. That's what the major thing is. Because think about it. As soon as you get married, women stop buying as many wigs as they do, stop buying as many eyelashes as they do. So always think about it from a point of fact. Sometimes the best scam is the one that they don't know about.
All right. Thank you for that, Judge. Do appreciate you. We're going to go to Little Big Nate. You got your
I
final
appreciate it,
words.
Bernard. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, sir. I think KS just made a miscalculation. He thought, maybe looking at the long game that this would benefit his platform long term. But I don't know if a ton of controversies come out of this. If he would have checked her in a respectful, diplomatic way, it would have been the talk of the town. It would have been on TMZ. It would have been all over Huffington Post. It would have been everywhere. And hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people would have seen the exchange and wanted to inquire, oh my God, Kevin Samuels, who's this guy coming to see his platform? Hundreds of thousands, millions of people want to see the larger Black Manosphere. I think that would have been the play. That would have been a much better and more productive play. And not that he's worried about growing, quote unquote, the Black Manosphere, but there was no controversy.
Oh, no. And
if he would have, again, checked her in a diplomatic way, and everybody knows he has the ability to do that, I think he would have reaped just much greater rewards for it.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I'll be talking about this tonight, though. I'll be talking about this
good,
tonight.
good stuff. Good stuff. I'll make sure I share it. And RM, that's the well, I think you already got the link to my pre-record that I dropped this morning. Start dropping that in there, people. When y'all leave up out of here, don't just click off of it. Let that link right there be your exit. Let that be your door out of here. Go check out my pre-recorded video that I just put up, and hit the like button and all of that good stuff on that. I'd appreciate it. Go ahead, Game Changer. You got the floor. You got the mic.
So I think that we're overlooking something very important, and that is that we're on Nicki Minaj's mind, or at least Kevin Samuels is.
Yeah.
So
no, I would say I would. Oh wait, it's your last words. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, they are starting to look at and listen to the Manosphere, and telling others to look at and listen to the Manosphere. Before, the message was like, oh, we don't care what y'all think. We don't care what y'all say. We don't care what y'all say. And now she's like, stop saying it. Stop saying it. Stop saying it.
Boom. Facts.
So yeah, it's reached a new plateau. We do understand now that our opinion is valuable to them, no matter how much they pretend it isn't. That has been proven a stratagem. I think Kevin Samuels, I think what Kevin Samuels did was he made the hit dog holler, and she's hollering loud. What has it been, like 2 months since, they talked, and, she's still like, and Kevin Samuels is saying this, and how dare you rate one? You're the hit dog. You're the hit dog, and now you're hollering, and now, we can respond to your holler. Because no matter what, we're right in this thing. We're, the low quality cannot be denied. And their old tactics, and I'm talking about the women here, the sisterhood tactics aren't going to work anymore. They're going to come out with new stuff. All of your secrets are revealed. You do need a man. You do want a man. You do value our opinion, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right on. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, David Johnson, you got the floor. You got the mic for the last words. I trying to. All right. Yeah, David Johnson, you got the mic for your last word. But yeah, check out my latest pre-recorded video right there. That's your exit out of the door. That's your exit out of the door. Check it out. We'll go ahead, David Johnson. You got the floor, you got the mic. And he don't got the floor, he don't got the mic. So he just exited stage left. All right. So Game Changer made a really good point. This stream wasn't about criticizing Kevin Samuels, even though it kind of turned into that. Yeah, thank you, RM. There it is. But yeah, this stream wasn't about that. It was about just analyzing what Nicki Minaj essentially said about the Manosphere as a whole. At least that's what I interpret what she said as. It was a moment where they were clearly talking about Fresh and Fit, and then there was a moment where she really highlighted and zoomed in right on Kevin Samuels' talking points, said I'm not talking about him, but then greatly criticized any man who uses those talking points. So it's like, are you talking about him or are you not? So it's an interesting dichotomy, an interesting thing. But like Game Changer said, I'm glad he worded it that way on the way out the door, because that is one of the biggest takeaways in this. That yes, before it was like, we don't care what y'all say, y'all don't matter, it's insignificant. But now it's to the point. Now it's to the point to where somebody as big as Nicki Minaj is yelling and screaming at the top of her lungs, saying stop saying it. So yeah, that's damn sure. That's damn sure showing that that we have made an impact. Small channels, big channels, everything in between, we have made an impact. We've changed this whole media game and this whole dialogue. We've changed it forever, as far as I'm concerned, and it ain't going nowhere. And if Nicki Minaj is not even prompted, 2 months later had to come back and say something about it, that says something. But all right, we're gonna leave it right there. I'd like to thank everybody for coming through. Everybody who likes, share, subscribe, hit the super chat, the Cash App, support it in any way, shape, or form. I greatly appreciate you. Remember, hit that link on the way out the door. I always forget to shout out my Cash Apps. I do apologize for that. The people who hit the Cash App are let me see who we got here. Shout out to the Cash Apps. Come on. Plantation Wireless loading slow. All right. Tank Johnson in the building sent a Cash App. Mr. C sent a Cash App. In SOB, State of Being Wiggly, okay, sent a $5 Cash App. He says, for if y'all on in about an hour, I state of being can come up. I think he's saying he could come up if we own in about an hour, and we are off, so that won't work. Shout out to Three Kings coming through at the buzzer with a final super chat. Says, if she expect Myron Gaines to respond like Kevin, she's in for a rude awakening. Yeah, Fresh and Fit leaning into the punch. Fresh and Fit leaning into it, and they want all the smoke. Like I said, they're going to take the controversial end. Either they're going to ride that controversial wave. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But either way it goes, fellas, we are out of here. Peace. Where's I can't even find the end stream button. We out of here. Peace. I'm gonna have some good outro music pretty soon. And intro music. Hey, on my pre-record, it was some different music on there. The music game going to be stepped up around here. But anyway, I'm done.